Which says nothing.
Okay.
Light the beam! Light the beam! Light the beam!
Oh, light the beam. Let's talk some football. Welcome back into the Sports Cave. I am your host, Sam Freeze, broadcasting live here once again on the north side of San Antonio. A nice Tuesday night edition of the Sports Cave with Biggest Puma. A Tuesday night edition that I think I'm tired of even thinking about going up against Monday Night Football. Behind the scenes, we went back and forth over whether we were going to switch to Tuesdays during football season, especially yesterday with the doubleheader Monday night games we had. Certainly didn't want to go up against that, and I think after having the night off, plus I just want to watch the games myself. So after having yesterday off to watch the doubleheader of games, I'm thinking that's just kind of how the week is going to lay out. We'll be doing Tuesday night shows during the rest of the fall into the new year to avoid football. And, of course, that can always change depending on the week. But bearing the lead, we are 36 days away from Spurs opening night as we find ourselves here. What is that? October 22nd up in Dallas.
Go!
That's right, man. I can't tell you how many times, LG, I've rewatched that rally that she interrupted out in front of City Hall or in front of the courthouse right there on the steps. I feel like there's even more meat on the bone there that we could pick through if we really wanted to be a little cruel, because that might not have even been the worst display we heard from our mayor that day. But I got a little Spurs talk actually here in the weekend recap. We had the Wemby superfan tryouts Sunday morning. Also had Wemby making a little cartoon cameo. I mentioned it's a lot of football on the run sheet, as it will be most Tuesdays, because we've got not only Cowboys Victory Tuesday to recap, also have the rest of NFL Week 2 to get to. Got some college football to talk in our weekend sports segment. And then, as always, we close it out with the lightning round. The absence of any kind of interruption or giggle or laugh so far through the first 3 minutes of the program tonight means we are on cap watch. We have moving pieces behind the scenes, and we speak it into existence. Look at that! I was about to tell LG to promote those subbies, but I see you have found a way to make a dramatic entrance.
Oh, for everybody waiting for that Yankee Minute, it will be soon.
Yeah, we do have. I've even got not only Yankee Minute. I've got some Keith Hernandez audio for you. I know you love. Yeah,
My
I know.
favorite, man.
I know you love a little Keith Hernandez audio. Actually had Rangers up in New York, so we actually had not only Keith Hernandez audio, but Rangers-related Keith Hernandez audio.
Oh, that's a double.
Even better.
El double.
LG, tell the good people how they can help support this program. We are over 500 subscribers now. Thank you all for following along so far. Now the journey to 1,000 begins. But LG, tell them how, if you are not subscribed yet, how they can go about doing that.
Hit the subscribe button right there on your phone. Scroll up or down, depending on how you have your settings set, or if you're on stupid Android.
Just waggle your finger.
Yeah.
Just over the top. Just
Yeah,
like this.
just waggle.
Just like this.
Just waggle.
You can use two sometimes.
Only if it's consensual.
Only if it's
Yeah.
consensual.
And then if you're in the chat, you can send us a super chat because we have that activated.
Can AI
Ready
tell
to
you
go.
no? I thought we control them.
I don't think I think we're past that point.
We control them.
I think we're slipping more towards
no
the
consensual.
No.
There is no. Do you consent to this, chat GPT?
You were the one that brought up the study that was everyone being like we're wasting millions of dollars because everyone's being nice to AI in their questions. Like, sorry to bother you, Mr. Chat GPT, but
they're all afraid. I'm not afraid.
no, never.
They won't get me.
That is one thing you can count on in this room: the lack of fear or respectable concern towards artificial intelligence. No, I waited on you because this is a big one today.
Oh, okay.
It's a big one.
A big one.
Yeah. And I'm curious. It's a big one. It's a bit of a polarizing national day we have today.
Polarizing. Now, let me think. It's polarizing. You use that word specifically. Camera mandate?
No.
No.
But I would say it's a day that is pretty much celebrated here every day.
Tacos.
You're close. Every now and then, people put a little green stuff on their tacos.
Oh, verde.
Actually, National Guacamole Day.
Guac. All right.
And the only reason
I'm a fan of the avocado.
onions or no onions in guacamole.
Oh, light onions.
Light.
If you put purple onions in there, that's the way to get slapped.
Okay. You know how to get slapped? I read a Texas Monthly article earlier today about National Guacamole Day, and their headline was, "Yes, it's okay to put peas in guacamole."
Oh my God.
Exactly.
Like, do you need it greener?
What are we doing? And I mean, it feels like that might be the difference of getting guacamole in, say, Austin versus getting guacamole in, say, anywhere
like
south of Austin.
Was it like a pea souffle or a pea? What's the condensed one where they like do it on the
like
the
a puree.
plate? A puree.
Yeah.
A pea puree.
See, that's the other thing. I don't like my guacamole like a puree. I like it chunky. I want chunks of avocado in there. But
that chip better, it's got to be on the verge of breaking.
the irony, 1,000%. And I also need good chip integrity. That's a whole nother. We need National Chip Integrity Day. That better be coming up soon. The only reason this is a big one is because someone's doing bits. As all of these national days are doing bits. What was the one last month where it was like there were 3 days that all kind of played into each other that made no sense. It was like God, what was it? It was.
Was it like a foot or?
Yeah, it was National. What was it? National Hot Dog Day, but also National. There was something that all kind of played. Oh no, it was a National Nude Day and also National Tape Measure Day.
Yeah.
And National Grand Marnier Day. So you get drunk, take your pants off, and measure your junk. This one
from the butthole.
Someone. We made it 8 minutes before I had to mark this thing explicit.
I said butthole.
What do you think? You can't say
butt in a hole.
That's correct.
That is not the Devil's 7.
Okay, I tell you what. We'll give LG the final word on that. LG, is that passable?
I think so.
Oh, okay. If LG says yes, then we're still okay for now.
Good.
We're attempting as best as we possibly can. Also, because I need to get back into radio shape because I'm filling in for Uncle Andy a lot coming up. We'll talk about that when we get closer. But starting at the end of the month, I'll be in for him pretty much once a week as his travel schedule gets crazy. I think UTSA is on the road like 6 straight weeks or something.
Oh, wow.
But no, it's National Guacamole Day.
Okay.
But you also remember we had the Canelo fight over the weekend. It's Mexican independence.
Oh, those racist SOBs, man.
The Mexico's War of Independence started on this day in 1810. I think 1810.
Guacamole.
Right. And now we've gone from that.
Give it to those independent Mexicans.
Yeah, that sounds like a bad Destiny's Child cover.
Oh,
now, from the start of the Mexican War of Independence, now we just call that National Guacamole Day.
So here's the question on
Feels
guacamole.
a bit insensitive.
When it's oxidized, it has the brown. Do you scoop that layer off, or is it just it's done?
No, I'm not. I don't have a whole lot of concern. I mean, it's not going to taste as good, but it's not going to kill you. I don't
So you eat the brown.
usually. Okay. That we went way too far
The brown
down
or
that
the
road
guacamole, man. It was
before I
actually-
realized exactly where we were headed.
that was actually a true question. I didn't mean to
I should say
innuendos from that.
I should say
feces.
since we all are now adjusted, headsets on, comfortable, ready to start the show. We're ending the show tonight with a classic radio fight
Oh, nice.
that took place on this day 5 years ago. And it's not one that went like national crazy, but it's one from here in Texas, from over in Houston. So that's how we're going to close it out, because usually,
I don't remember these, but like I'm gonna come kick your ass.
yeah, well, this one actually got more heated than I remembered, because I'd listened to the whole clip earlier today and was like,
Was
oh,
it
no,
like
we got
physical altercation?
pretty close.
Oh,
pretty
buddy.
close. So, since we are all in the room back together, let's go ahead and jump into the program. Got to start with a little weekend recap. I made less money this weekend. The UTSA UIW game,
Wait,
not
UTSA,
nearly as
Did they cover or did they lose?
well parking wise.
Oh, parking wise. Yes.
And I'm not sure if they covered. They won by 28. Surely that line was probably.
I don't see many 30 cover.
Yeah, but UIW FCS team, division lower, I would assume it was probably more than 4. No, the attendance wasn't quite near as expected. I mean,
it was good weather too.
it was great tailgating weather. Another good game time,
Wasn't
3
it, like,
o'clock,
overcast a
2:30.
little bit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
not too bad.
Come on, San Antonio, show out. Come on.
And
Get this
especially
man some of his parking.
yeah,
time.
if nothing else, like show out and support UTSA athletics, but
He's
also
gonna gouge you when it's a good game. That's what he's gonna do. to make
yeah,
up for
no,
it.
we do have. I am like the city. If it's the Weekend or Def Leppard and Motley Crue Joan Jett Super Show,
Yeah.
that's a $60 weekend.
Yeah.
If it's Disney on Ice, that's $10 tops.
We'll work with a $5 pocket.
Yeah. Well, actually, Disney, that's $20 because that's whole family. You're going to be parking a big. That's an
Yeah,
SUV.
Dealing with screaming kids. And
Exactly.
everything.
Yeah. So it made significantly less money on parking this week, but UTSA did get the win. Did either one of y'all see any of the clips from the Superfan tryouts Wemby had?
No.
Had them Sunday morning. I saw some of the.
What, he
clips
went against fans? Like,
No. It was.
one-on-one?
We talked about it quickly in the lightning round last week. It was. He wants to create like an ultras.
Oh, that's
section.
right. The
Like
section.
the European soccer crowds that are crazy.
So there's a tryout.
So they
to
had
be an ultra
tryouts.
fan.
Yeah, because the section is limited. And it's a bit of a.
No free pass, Spurs, Jesus.
Certainly no free pass because it also costs $999 just to be in the club.
I'm sure someone pay him to be there.
Well, Spurs, Jesus. Yeah.
That's jealous.
I'm
written
sure
all
he
over my
was
face.
there, but I didn't. None of the clips I saw, he didn't make an appearance. I saw there was one that was there was a lot of people. I think that once they got in front of Wemby,
Yeah.
it kind of was more of a like
A meet and greet.
a shell shock.
Yeah.
Like probably had a whole plan of how they were going to show their super fandom, and then.
I would have been like, "What's up, Junior?"
Yeah, that and that probably would have meant you weren't one of the lucky ones selected. I did read.
That's the one thing when you're old, man. You get to call people kids and stuff. Like, you know how famous they are, how much skill they have. I walk up to Ja Moran or something. I'll be like, "What's up, kid? How you doing, youngster?"
It's actually you just reminded me of some. So there was a 14-year-old kid who kept calling Wemby sir. It was like, "Oh yes, sir. Thank you, sir."
Proper.
Very proper, very polite, right?
Yes.
And Wemby told him like, "How old are you?" And the kid told him, 14. He was like, "Dude, I'm barely like we're almost the same age. Like you don't have to call me."
Yeah, call me by my gamer tag.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much. Yeah.
Wimby in your face.
It was look. the overall idea of that superfan section is awesome, and I think it was. I think Wemby,
except for the money part.
Except for the money part, he did offer. I think Wemby's covering 5 of the entrance. Huh?
We could have gone there and did a bit.
No, I don't think we would have. I'm telling you, some of the videos I saw,
We still would have bought the tickets, right?
yeah,
Oh.
we still would have had to pay $999 plus each game ticket to get in.
Super chat. You're not working hard enough. We need to get in this Wemby fan group.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, maybe it's not too late. Maybe we can get in on a second wave. But the idea of it is actually pretty awesome. I mean, we saw it like the Clippers' new arena have that. They built the wall right behind one of the baskets, and it's instead of it being like normal seating, it's more vertical.
Yeah.
And the people stand the whole time. And the Clippers' home free throw shooting percentage for opposing teams was significantly lower than it was in Staples Center. So
the wall, they're taking credit that the wall
exactly
had the other team more flustered.
Exactly. That it absolutely looks more like a.
Was it more of like the noise amplification?
1,000%.
Okay.
Yeah, that and the wacky waving arms. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All of everything that goes along with it.
The thunder clappers.
The data showed there was some successful results in building that out. So, as the Spurs start to think about playoff games in the frost over the next few years, it would be pretty nice to have some kind of statistical advantage built into the home crowd if this.
We need to have somebody like where they do a unison's picture of something where they just like, boom, just flash
pop
it.
it up.
Yeah, just flash it.
So
it's like a picture of like, I don't
the
know.
best one of those is Arizona State. They have, it's called like the curtain of mystery or something. And so they hold a curtain up right behind the basket. And then right as the guy gets the ball, they open the curtain, and it's some big fat guy rubbing his belly. One time it was Michael Phelps in a Speedo, like literally real Michael Phelps. There's been
that's good stuff.
A bunch of random,
A picture of their mom,
It feels like that's not bad. That's not bad.
family members.
Twana tell you that the
you say about my mama?
the overall idea, I hope, actually is something close to European ultras, European super fans, maybe just with less flares. Or hell, turn it into a Greek league basketball game in there with flares going off every 5 minutes. It'll look like the smoke, like an old Muhammad Ali photo.
We did that during the old CONCACAF final, and it was smoggy for the first half.
It was impossible to see the rest of the game. Like maybe not such a bad idea.
Freaking amateurs.
Rest of the weekend though, played. Actually, spent some serious time playing Madden this weekend. I've had it since it launched, but I hadn't really jumped into it. I think it's actually good.
It's
this
good.
year. I think it's. Look, it might be that I haven't spent a whole lot of time with the last few years because they were so bad. Like I would play for a while and then.
Now, are you playing franchise or are you playing PvP?
Franchise and online. Yeah, playing. Most of the weekend was spent playing franchise, but hopped on, played a few online games. Mostly got my ass handed to me. And
little 7-year-old talking.
So I would play online, get smashed, then go play a franchise game, build up some confidence, and then try again. And it was a process that repeated itself.
Come on, CD.
It was a process that repeated itself. It's come on, Jake Ferguson. I like working that tight end, those tight end seam routes, just like Dak.
My biggest, whenever I needed that third down and long or something, it was always the fullback rollout. And
with the little dump right there.
Yeah, it gets him every time.
It it kind of makes sense with your Niners fandom using the fullback.
but this was back in 05. I haven't played Madden since 05.
That's the last one, 05?
Hit stick. I mean, I played the year afterwards, but when they took away the hit stick, and then the controls just became all janky. And like I was like, I'm over on this, you know.
Yeah,
And
there's
then COD came out, like Call of Duty, and it was just 10 years of that. Now I'm just
nonstop.
like, I can't deal with it. Same thing. Duck, dive, rob. Duck, dive, rob. Like, and there's sensitivity. I can see them swirling around and everything. And I'm just like,
I can't
deal with
spend.
that.
I can't spend. Speaking of first-person shooters, I almost bought the new Borderlands over the weekend
See,
too.
that's a funny one.
It's fine. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
like-
the last
like the
Borderlands
chicken gun or
3
something?
was so bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Borderlands 1 and 2, awesome. 3, mid, maybe a little lower than mid.
Yeah.
And so I'm hesitant to jump back in on. And then I've got another buddy who's trying to get me in on Helldiver. It was a big video game. I was supposed to be in Mexico this weekend.
Well,
And
you're
so-
like, oh, F it. I'm just going to be playing video games all weekend.
Pretty much, buddy. That was pretty. And ask me how the roommate handled that when she should have been on a beach. Instead, she's watching me build the Cowboys in 2029.
I can see her just glaring at you
this
through
is
a book, just like, like
a lot of book glares were had in our living room this weekend. Lastly, before we jump into weekend sports, I had a terrible delivery experience over the weekend. And
do
normally,
you want to shout out the company?
I will say
That might be our sponsor.
an unnamed wing shop that might or might not have started in DFW, that might or might not have had early investment from Troy Aikman, that might or might not have just recently changed their fries, even though all of the TV ads show the old school fries. Now they're just.
Now, Rick Ross has about 600 of these stores.
I believe he does. Yes, I believe he
yes.
does. Yes.
So, yeah, I saw that you can put any kind of seasoning on them fries now.
Yeah, but the fries aren't the same. So they're using. First of all, they've gotten cheaper fries. So it's all. They don't taste like actually fresh cut potatoes anymore. They taste like frozen. Fries you can buy at HEB or something. But the problem wasn't actually. I was prepared for the bad fries. I had mentally prepared myself, but I still wanted wings. It was in between the college football games and the Canelo Crawford fight. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking, wings are perfect right now, right?
Man, how long was that wait?
So that's another. That's where our story.
You got to think about that.
Yeah, and again, remember I said there was a individual sitting on the couch next to me this weekend that was.
Getting a little hangry.
She was a little frustrated again that we weren't on a beach and toes weren't in water.
Right near the beach.
Why didn't you buy a little kiddie pool and just blow it up in your living room and be like, there you go, you're reading a book.
So we're gonna just drive to like Port A just for a day this coming weekend, just to at least get in the water. But she had fallen asleep while I was watching Quad Box college football. But before she fell asleep, we ordered wings, and so it was like, oh, this will be perfect. Take a nap. I'll wake you up when the wings get here, right? So an hour goes by.
Yeah, about right.
Estimated delivery was 55 minutes to an hour. So I'm not worried. I'm not thinking anything about it. About an hour, about 5 minutes after the hour, I get a text from the company, a driver, and it just says, and I'll tell you exactly what it says. It was very, very direct, non-conversational.
This place
Just,
is crazy.
Your order is delayed. It was just simple. Your order
Yeah.
is delayed. And I was like, okay, word. Any idea on how long? No reply, right? 30 minutes go by.
That guy's not getting any more money. You know what I'm saying?
No.
So, like, they're not happy when they're delayed. I've seen it happen.
I send another text. Just any update?
Nothing.
No reply. So at this point, the roommate
Were you
rolls
tracking
over.
his car? Was his car still there?
So they don't have a tracker. It's actually through the restaurant, and they don't do any kind of.
That guy left.
Oh,
1,000.
so the roommate wakes up and she immediately is asking, where's the food? I'm like, well, it's been delayed. I'm about to actually call the store and see if I can get, the driver's not responding, see if I can get some kind of answer from them. And she immediately goes, "Well, have you checked outside?" I was like, "No. Why?" Like, the camera didn't go off. No one rang the doorbell. No one knocked. There's
no picture.
Nothing.
Oh, I guess that's if you're going through the app. They take a picture.
They
of it
take
on
the picture
door.
to send it. Yeah.
Don't tell me it was outside.
So, and then I'm kind of, I might or might not have been a little frustrated at this point. So I kind of was a little snippy with her. Like, no, I'm not. I haven't gone outside because there's been zero signs that suggest our food is sitting outside. But just to spite her, I'm like, fine, I'll go check right now. And I swing the door open, swing it in, and I start to walk outside. I step right on our order. Just smack right on top of it.
You hear the branch crackling.
It all on my foot. It was awful.
And I know that was a barefoot.
No,
You
no,
wearing
no.
shoes?
No, I'm wearing shoes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought that's not all hippie feet. Just
No,
like,
no,
sitting there
no.
just grinding.
Luckily, there were still shoes on. So now I'm.
Is that luckily? I don't
Well,
know.
yeah, maybe not. They were white Nikes, so yeah, they're never gonna look the same. I grab what's left of our crunched order, and I bring it inside. I just drop it on the table. I'm like, I so mad at this point, and at least to her credit, now she's feeling some level of sympathetic for what I've gone through.
I was like, I'd have reamed you even more.
No. That's the difference between you and her. She's actually a good person, unlike us. Like, because I would have done the same too. That would have been.
I wouldn't have been mad. I would have been like, hey,
so.
good job there, guy.
Yeah.
Not only were you wrong, you stepped on my wingies.
And on our front porch, we have there's a table. There's a little table with plants on it. There's 2 chairs on both sides of the table.
So you're leaving it on the driver for not putting it on the table.
First of all, yes, and I'll tell you why. Because not only did I step on it, but then when we get it inside, I just hear Steph start screaming. It is covered in ants.
Yeah.
Whole bag, just an entire colony.
Because you left it
moved
out
in.
there for 30 minutes.
How was I supposed? There was no one. There was nothing from the restaurant, the driver, nothing that it had gotten there. For some reason, my camera didn't pick it up. Everyone's too scared of everybody else nowadays, so there was no knocking, no ringing the doorbell, no interaction, nothing. So long story short, I waited an hour and 45 minutes for wings that I not only stepped on, but also were absolutely infested in ants.
You get nothing.
That's correct.
Oh, buddy.
It was a
buddy.
very, very rough Saturday night when it comes to first world problems down on the east side.
Now, did you just wash off the ants and eat it, or let's let the people know?
Look, a little bit, a few ants here and there never killed anybody.
That's protein, baby.
I was I was eating it out of anger at that point. It was a.
It's like your ants are gonna die.
That's correct. Like, you have no idea what you've done. You think you're the crazy one. You have no idea what you've done here. So yeah, all should have been on a beach. No fault of anybody. It was it's actually my buddy's birthday today. Happy birthday, Ernie. Shout out, Ernie.
Yeah.
He had a family emergency pop up, so we
Go, shorty. It's your birthday.
postponed the trip. But to go from last week thinking we would be on a beach Saturday to instead stepping on top of Wingstop that was also already infested with ants. It was not a good weekend on that front.
Yeah, so I will give you a saving grace.
Please.
Have you ever been to Wayne's Wings?
Oh, I love Wayne's.
Yeah, you got to treat her to some Wayne's Wings.
Yeah, we go. I don't think I can get them delivered.
No delivery.
That's the problem. Yeah,
You got to
you got to go there.
Get your butt up.
Yeah.
Go there. Bring them to her.
What? Their funnel cake wing.
Oh yeah,
That's so good.
That's a
yeah.
delicious one. There's one called Steve-O on there. That's a popular one.
Well, how about that?
Hey,
Funny how that works. Yeah, they moved into their new location. I guess it's actually been a couple of years now. When we first
they moved into
here,
it right at COVID.
Yeah, so
I got my
it's been a
barber
while.
shop right there, which obviously you can see I have not been in a while.
Yeah, it looks like it's been a minute. When we first moved here, I went to them when they were in that little shack there on Austin Highway.
They didn't move far away.
No, it's just
down
like
the way.
right across the street, right?
I'm gonna go talk to old Wayne. be like, hey, would you like to sponsor a local radio
Hey,
show?
throw it out there. Wayne, love your wings, and I promise I won't step on them.
No stepping on the wings.
How about y'all? You have anything from the weekend besides sports before we get into it?
Not much, man. One thing is, what I feel like that old curmudgeon, you know? First off,
What now?
like, my buddy coined it the best, where he's like, we were at the bar, and he's like, this America's going to S.
There we go.
And I'm like, okay,
Well,
Mark.
not for the.
Yeah, I was like, mark this. We are officially the old people now. I was like, when you're sitting here complaining about what the world has become to.
It happens fast.
But then I'm sitting here getting annoyed about these damn electric bikes. Like, these kids don't pedal anymore. It's like they just get on there and they're just zooming around and they're just slowly pedaling, but they're cranking it up to 30 miles an hour trying to race me on my damn neighborhood.
Is this the millennial equivalent of we had it so much harder than them?
Yeah,
Like,
we had to do
actually
a
had to
skateboard,
pedal?
And then I look at the X Games. I was watching the X Games. The Japanese have taken over our skate culture.
Yeah, that's happened.
I mean, good for them. I love it. But, like, I don't see any representation from the U.S. And that doesn't mean white people. But, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
U.S. used to dominate. Nyjah Houston.
Nyjah Houston, yeah.
Ryan Sheckler.
Oh, God, I forgot about
Remember
Shaq,
him?
yeah.
Remember that little YouTube or the reality show he did?
Ryan Sheckler has a skater now who is a 6'4" black dude. Looks like a defensive lineman from an SEC school, and he's
he's
on
out there
Sheckler's skating brand.
Damn, he's pulling out 360 flips and
He's
stuff.
pretty sick. Yeah, it's like it
See,
looks.
that was me trying to skate, and I'm like,
yeah, it's like this is
I'm
not.
like- I was like, I bladed. I was rollerblading.
Oh, wearing the old boots
yeah,
there.
the boots with the wheels on the boots. Yes,
Some might refer
my
to
little
them
Bill Cosby thing with the
as
wheels on the
a,
boots.
yeah, that did turn very. I switched from skateboard to bicycle pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Once I hit a growth spurt and went from like
Well, shout out to the old tank.
5'10" to 6'4".
There's this place that I helped build. I was no contractor, but I was like a little grunt worker, just because I was hanging out with all the cool skaters and older biker BMXers, and it was called Tank, and it was right by Thousand Oaks and Paramvidal, and I used to go there and quickly ditched the rollerblades because I just got roasted
I would imagine.
and picked up a BMX.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah.
I know.
I could drop in. Took a couple hard hits the first time, but I could drop it on a 9-footer, dude.
Yeah, I told you I went to the skate park not too long ago.
Oh yeah,
in my
The
neighborhood.
bowl.
I've been back one time since.
Oh,
and
buddy.
it was
How's the butthole?
it's not good.
See,
It's-
we're good on that one.
yeah.
Butthole.
I feel like we have found the line.
Yeah, you might have crossed.
Yeah,
Oh!
the gratuitous, excessive use.
Guess who's been watching Spartacus? This guy, yay or nay?
Spartacus, the
old school.
Terrible Stars series
Sir,
from
that was
20 years ago,
awesomely
15
terrible.
years ago. It was
awesome.
It was awesomely
You
terrible.
got to see Xena, the warrior princess, naked.
That's the awesome part. The rest of the show is the terrible part. It was.
Man, that poor actor, dude. The first season.
I forgot he ended
yeah,
up passing away.
pancreatic
right?
cancer.
That's
man.
right.
Man,
God.
he was awesome, But then they had to replace him with a guy that had gel in his hair, and I never got the running into the wall look.
That's what.
Where
That's
where
what
you just
ruined
where you
the
just
show
go,
for you.
boom, just like this with the little hair. It's like
Just
you ran into
popped
the wall.
up.
Yeah. That was like.
I love that. That's where you drew the line on where your fandom for that show started. Well, let's jump into some weekend sports because we have a lot to get to. I mentioned ordering wings for the Canelo Crawford fight. I should call it the Crawford Canelo fight, I suppose.
Yeah, he won the ring, the national, what was it, the world championship ring belt, which is only given to the best of the best because it's Ring Magazine's belt.
Yeah, it's 42-0 now.
Yep.
Joins the undefeated quad with God. What was that picture I saw floating around? It's him, Mayweather, Adrian Bronner, and I'm blanking on the
Well, you had
Oh,
people,
it's Shakur.
yeah. Well, I mean, you had people who, were undefeated when they had the belt, but then later got defeated. Like, except for people who ran like Floyd Mayweather. Yeah, I'm sure.
Minor detail.
Minor detail. But
Did you watch the fight?
Oh, I watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you think of Netflix presentation all around?
I think they did decent. Obviously, it wasn't all choppy like the Tyson.
That
Jake
was
Paul
the first.
fought.
That was what I worried
Yeah.
about, and I don't know. So they said 41 million people
Yeah.
watched the fight Saturday night.
I went up to the local watering hole thinking it was going to be on, and they're like, no. So, you had, literally everybody at the bar watching Netflix on their phones.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I was worried about that because it was on Netflix.
Yeah.
So we watched it at the house, and then ended up.
Now, did you watch not the undercard fight, but the one right before the undercard fight? God, what was the name?
Yeah. That was a great fight. I don't remember the
Oh.
names. Not the Vargas fight, but the one
Vargas, you ain't your daddy yet.
before. Nah, not yet, and maybe not ever. But
Yeah.
I did. I can't remember the names on that. That was a hell of a fight. That was arguably the best
Dude,
fight.
oh yeah, they just stood there and just
wailed
on each other, dude. End up coming to a draw.
which isn't great boxing per se, but it's great entertainment.
But if you watch the fight, you're like, this could have gone either way on so many different ones. So it was fitting that, obviously the American kept the belt because on a draw you keep the belt. And then of course, we screwed over the Mexicans again.
I think there were a lot of people worried that Crawford might be getting screwed, even after watching the
They even
entirety
said
of
that. We are in Vegas,
right, and it is
Hinton.
Mexican Independence
But,
weekend, and
he turned it on at what was it, round 6?
yeah, 5 was
Or
where
6 or
Canelo.
7, yeah.
That was 5 looked like Canelo was gaining control again, and then
Round 6 he came out and just popped him. Just all of a sudden you saw those hands just start going down. And I'm sitting there trying to teach, from my extensive 2 years of boxing when I was younger. I was trying to teach. I was like, see how his hands are going down and down? I was like, that's how you get tired. And that's when you know you got him, And I was like, look at the footwork. Look at the feints, the jabs. And I was like, I thought it was going to be one good body shot and he was going to be laying down.
I was waiting to see.
But he was just attacking the head.
Yeah, neither one of them really. There were some clean shots, but
Canelo had a nice counter. Whenever he did a step, he would take a swipe at the body.
yeah, Crawford though was timing that half step perfectly. Where anytime Canelo would start to take that half step, advancing forward, Crawford would pop him enough to keep him back, and then it would
Then move
the
side to
cycle
side.
would just
Yeah.
go over.
His footwork was stellar. It was championship footwork.
I think without having a knockout either way, it was an entertaining 12 rounds to watch. And even I had the roommate who I've turned her into a pseudo boxing fan because it's kind of like you were saying, explaining more. I mean, I only know, I never did it growing up. I only know from watching it.
Yeah.
The first fight I remember as a kid in high school was
Mike
Tyson,
Yeah.
Lennox, Tyson Lewis.
That's all our first memories.
It feels like
Tyson,
it, right?
And then my stepdad
It warps
yelling
your
at the thing,
perspective.
being like, "I spent $60 on this."
Yeah, because
for one
Tyson
round.
knocked him out 18 seconds into the fight. Yeah. I thought it was, one, the sport of boxing, if Netflix becomes like what HBO was back in the 90s and when we were growing up, I think the sport of boxing needs something like Netflix, something where there's not a massive pay-per-view barrier to overcome to get the product out there. Because I think a lot of people wouldn't have paid for that fight, but they watched it because it was on Netflix. So now,
I think Canelo was I think he's still the biggest draw.
oh, for sure.
So that's the one fight people would have paid for. But the thing is,
But for the casual, a casual's never paying for it.
yeah, but I think they needed to go Netflix to actually get it into the stadium because I think they got Canelo like something under contract with MGM.
It was it's that Saudi money. They got the Saudis involved, and
they were not well welcomed.
there were some boos. There were
some boo.
Yeah, there was a lot of boos. There were a lot of boos.
Sound like Trump at a Yankee game.
Yeah,
dude.
there were a lot of boos, or a tennis match, or a NASCAR. Well, no, NASCAR. That actually is all applause.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was all applause.
no, it was funny watching the crowd because Stephen A. Smith got booed just as bad as the Saudi guy. There was another one that got booed.
Logan Paul.
Was it like okay? Yeah, Logan Paul.
Yeah,
and then most of the others were pretty.
Yeah, but Logan Paul is the heel, like in wrestling. Like he's Jake Paul, his brother's the boxer.
I would assume that's probably pretty easy. Oh, that's the wrestling one, not the boxing one.
Exactly.
Okay.
So like he's a big heel, which is the bad guy. If you guys didn't
Thank
know
you.
that.
Thank you.
He's the bad guy in like wrestling. So they got a Wrestling Palooza. It was coming up this weekend.
Is that the one that's in Saudi Arabia?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Again. So. Yeah.
Like, and it's gonna be John Cena and the maybe raper or non-raper Brock Lesnar.
We have. I didn't realize we had.
I don't think it was a forced thing, but remember the whole Vince McMahon thing?
Oh.
When he was like, "Oh, you can have her," or something. It was to Brock Lesnar.
Okay. Yeah, I forgot that. I remember that as the Vince McMahon story, not the Brock Lesnar.
Well, Brock Lesnar was sprinkled in there.
Yeah,
sprinkle me.
It's a good reminder. I thought it was funny the foursome of Dana White, the Saudi Prince or whoever that was, Jason Statham, and then Mr. Beast, all right there behind, right there at ringside, but like in the main camera shot.
Mr. Beast kills me, man. Like he does good content.
Does he?
I mean, I've seen.
What is his content?
It's always like game shows or something, and he goes out there and just gives money away. I guess.
Okay.
I'm assuming that's what it is because that's all his shtick is, and like halftime shows and. You know, when something's on YouTube, like it's all. What was it? He did something in the All-Star game for NBA. It was just like so cringy and stuff.
Oh, I do remember that.
He had to like jump into the bag of money, like the tank of money, and it was all dollar bills.
I think he fired someone out of a cannon.
Yeah, on
this one or on one of them recently. Okay, yeah. Now I do kind of remember. I tried to block NBA All-Star Weekend out of my.
You can kind of see his audience is probably preteen,
which is.
You know, like why are you pushing this guy on us?
Yeah, kind of weird. Kind of, it's like even like the Dude Perfect guys. Like y'all are like 30-year-olds now, are you not? Like it's like maybe time to evolve the content.
Oh man!
Speaking of evolve, I last thing on the fight, real quick. I think going into it, I was leaning Canelo. Just the fact that 2 years younger. Comfortable at the weight class. Crawford moving
easily
up.
20, 30 pounds heavier.
Right. Yeah. And Crawford was putting on so much weight to get to that level and thinking about like the, weigh-in versus the fight weight.
They agreed on he could be 2 weight classes above, which is just 10 pounds.
So what they ended up fighting at 168, right?
He fought at 168 and then Crawford was at 158. So
no, they weren't 10 pounds different.
No, that's what they had to get to.
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying.
And there was no what they call I forget what it's called. Like it's not like water restriction or rehydration.
Oh, the rehydration clause. Yeah.
So there was no clause on that. So that means he can rehydrate and gain 20, 30 more pounds.
See,
that's why he looks so much bigger.
That explains because we were talking. I was talking to Steph about that whole process of how they could weigh in and then a day later be 10 plus pounds heavier easily.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of the old LBJ when he's talking to Mr. Hager in the White House when he's trying to order his pants. And he's like, I need about 5 inches from my nutsack to my bunghole. I fluctuate about 20 pounds each month. I almost played that because it was the anniversary of that phone call a couple of weeks ago.
LG bunghole. Bunghole.
Oh, that's way better.
That's
than,
better. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's
a good.
If you go way more old man saying, you're way higher chance of it being safe to say.
Buddy.
But I was leaning Canelo for all those reasons. But then when Crawford walked out with the Desperado guitar case with the mariachi playing the song from Robert Rodriguez, Desperado, like that was the moment where I thought, look, you're walking into this arena that is all for Canelo, and you're leaning that much into the culture.
Yeah,
I think Crawford won it on the walkout.
That reminded me of like when Mayweather did that to him. Did he do it to Canelo or somebody? He did it to somebody else.
I don't think it was Canelo. I think it was oh man, I'd have to look it up.
I remember he was just wearing all the Mexican
just
colors.
Straight trolling. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But definitely the cementing his legacy with that win. I hope he doesn't retire. I want to see that again. I want to see. I want to see it.
I might have to hold on 1 second. I might have to step out here real quick.
Go for it. We'll do the Yankee minute when you get back.
Never mind. I had some family business come up.
We're constantly juggling.
Let's go ahead and jump into that Yankee minute. Give me a minute. We took 2 out of 3 from the Bo Sox. Nothing is greater than that. We only took 1 from the AL leading Detroit. Are they leading still? They're just barely hanging on.
Barely now.
Barely. We took 1 out of them, but now we are facing all teams under 500, and we're not acting like it. We got rolled 7-0 last night, and we were up 10-1, and now it looks like we're at 10-8. As the Twins are making a comeback because our bullpen is trash. I don't know if we're going to make a deep run, sir. I don't think it's going to happen, but you never know when we're hitting. But one Aaron Judge passed. Oh, he's tied with Joe DiMaggio for 4th all time, and then passed him the next day. So he is number 4 in Yankees lore. Go Aaron Judge. You're the real one. MVP two times in a row. But everybody's talking about Ohtani's 550th home run back-to-back. Guess what Judge is going to do? 50 home runs back-to-back.
Yeah, unfortunately. Have you looked at the MVP odds lately?
Man, F. Raleigh, man. He's not even batting 250.
Yeah, but he just passed Mickey for most home runs by a switch hitter in a season. It's still Aaron Judge minus 1,000 as of right now, and Cal Raleigh at plus 500. So still significant favorite. I
do have to take this phone call, so why don't you go ahead and
I'll talk
hit these people with some college things. I didn't really watch too much college.
Perfect. Yeah, I do have.
I'll be back in 1 second.
I have something because LG and I learned something baseball related at the same time this evening because the Rangers starting a crucial, what can only be described as the most crucial series of their entire year, of the entire season with the Astros last night. Rangers commit a couple errors, play really bad baseball. Recurring trend, stranding guys on base, end up losing the series opener to Houston, and I think they're getting it handed to them again right now by Houston. Yeah, 6-1. So it looks like for the most part, the Rangers series or Rangers season might be ending down in Houston this week. But tonight's starter for Houston is a dude named AJ Blueball. That's Blubaugh, Mr. AJ Blueball. And of course, naturally, the amount of childhood jokes and the immediate line of humor that runs through your mind is that of a junior high level. But I would suggest that Mr. Blueball seems to be down for the bit. He seems to be the type that would lean into his last name because his number of choice for the Houston Astros this year is number 69.
69, dudes.
That's correct. Yeah, there are I can think of limitless marketing opportunities for Mr. Blue Ball with if he seems to be down for the bit.
Now, Blue Ball started tonight, right?
He did. Blue Ball did start.
He's been out there for a while, right?
Let's see. Yeah, I believe have they gone to the bullpen yet? Are we still no?
So there's no relief for Blue Ball?
God dang it. Why? How do we get that far down the line before I realize what is that? I'm way too much of the actual baseball fan to see what is being developed, what is playing out. Yeah, you'll be happy to know Mr. Blue Ball did get some relief from Colton Gordon, who came in.
That's good to know.
That is good to know, yes. I would just think maybe Blue Chew, maybe some of these generic Viagra pill companies that are popping up left and right, so to speak. I would think someone potentially could put together a pretty good marketing opportunity for Mr. Blue Ball, and he's actually good. It'd be one thing if he was a spare who had no career or no future potential to be in the major leagues for the next decade, but he pitched in the futures game and the prospects all-star game last year, and has been good for ironically good for the Astros in relief most of the time this year. Started a bullpen game for him tonight, but yeah, it feels like my Rangers are officially saying goodbye to the 2025 season tonight. A loss tonight would put them 4 games behind the Astros with 10 to play. So I think we can comfortably say they're not coming back at that point, especially when randomly now the Cleveland Guardians are 9-1 over their last 10 games and have actually passed the Rangers in the wild card standings. So unfortunately, I gave up. I have to admit, I did officially declare the Rangers cooked a couple weeks ago, and then they only went on to win like 14 of their next 16, 18 games, something like that, to tease me enough to get me reinvested. But I think the mighty Astros now are potentially going to hold on to that third wild card spot. Yeah, Royce, we did. It's been a name game the last couple nights with the Rangers, because last night we had Jake Burger going up against Mr. King pitching for the Astros. So we had a Burger versus King matchup last night. I'm a fan of the name game matchups when it comes to baseball with the pitcher and hitter. Always, anytime you see, the ultimate one is when Cleveland plays Toronto in any kind of matchup, because you have Cleve v. Tor on the score bug there at the bottom of the screen, which always makes me chuckle, thanks to the great Mike Reiner, who first brought that to my attention on a radio program when I was growing up there in DFW. So yeah, baseball, we're officially locking into football now for what must be the next. I mean, we'll check back in on playoff baseball, especially with Caps Yankees being involved, and I know a lot of y'all are enjoying the Astros putting the nail in the Rangers this week in this series. So we'll definitely be checking in on the MLB playoffs, but it's going to be a lot of football the rest of the way. As Cap said, I'll talk a little college football here as we stall some time before he's back in the room. All you Aggie fans, you finally got your signature win under Mike Elko, a very highly entertaining game up in South Bend with it's one of those weird deals. This might surprise some to hear, but I am not a big Aggie fan. Never actually, as a kid, My dad was a UT fan, so I, just to be a little turd, was an Aggie fan first, and then I realized very quickly I don't think the Texas A&M lifestyle is for me, and eventually went back over to the great Craig Way and the Texas Longhorns. Shout out Craig Way. Happy birthday, Craig. A fellow iHeart co-worker over in Austin now. Aggies get the win up in Notre Dame, and it's one of those games where at the end of the day, I think I would rather Notre Dame lose than the Aggies lose, because I want the Aggies to be better when it comes time for them to play Texas. So that will be a better matchup because obviously Texas not playing Notre Dame. Notre Dame now the only winless team that is still somehow in the top 25 because they are Notre Dame and have the national bias of the brand. But if you're a Notre Dame fan out there complaining about that final play of the game where there was absolutely obvious holding that gave Marcel Reed enough time to scramble and eventually throw the game-winning touchdown, if you are complaining about that, you're 1,000% correct. Like, there was no question that should have been called. There was no question that was blatantly obvious holding. But also, at that point in the game, if you had just handled the extra point, if your long snap, if your holder had just kept the ball. I think the holder is a former Alabama quarterback who has now transferred up to Notre Dame. But that was what ended up actually giving Texas A&M a chance to win that game and not just tie it there with that final touchdown. Also, the holding call that did get called on the Terry Bussey kick return for a touchdown, you could argue in some ways it actually randomly or ironically helped the Aggies that they called that holding penalty and brought the touchdown, the kick return for a touchdown back, because that was in turn what allowed Texas A&M to end up eating up all the clock and not giving Notre Dame any chance to respond after they scored. So a very weird final quarter of that game, but highly, highly entertaining. As I said, 41-40 final up in South Bend. A&M look like they've legitimately got weapons on the outside. They've got, the KJ Concepcion kid transfer from NC State, and then Craver, who went for over 200 yards against Notre Dame Saturday night. They've got, and the fact that they can run the ball with Moss. Just if Marcel Reed can end up, being potentially more than a game manager. And I think this A&M team is potentially a playoff team. Now, saying that at this point, I know 3 games into the season without playing a single SEC conference game, we saw A&M last year win, the 7 of their first 8 games and then lost the last 4 or lost 3 out of the last 4, something like that. So they've been in the position to be a playoff team last year and then ended the year on a massive downward trajectory. But something feels different. And granted, it's, as someone who argues with others about, non-data that can't be proven through statistics. So like saying, it feels like this A&M team is different. Well, it does, but I wonder exactly underneath the hood, what the stats or what the data would be to actually prove that. Because I think the eye test, most people would agree, this A&M team feels like they are closer than they've ever been to being a true contender, at least for a playoff spot. It will be interesting to follow throughout the SEC conference portion of the schedule to see exactly if this early season win over Notre Dame is a true building block and stepping stone, or if it was a bit of false flash of promise. Especially if Notre Dame ends up being a 500 or worse team, because unfortunately, the other side of this, if you're a Notre Dame fan, your team is 0-2, but I think the hardest team you play the rest of your schedule is USC. I was looking at it earlier. They have a random game against Arkansas, and then there's, of course, the USC traditional rivalry game, and then there's one other game. I know they have Purdue on the schedule. There's one other game that they might not be favored in. But, yeah, it's Purdue, Arkansas, Boise, but Boise's not nearly as good as they were last year with Genty. That's it. I mean, you're Purdue, Arkansas, Boise, NC State. There's your USC rivalry game, and then BC, Navy, Pitt, Syracuse, Stanford. So if Notre Dame ends up winning their next 10 games at 10-2, I don't feel like there's any way the biased college football playoff committee keeps Notre Dame out of a playoff spot, which, again, would potentially only strengthen A&M's chances of getting in as an at-large team on the back of a non-conference victory in South Bend. But it was definitely an entertaining weekend of college football. Not a whole lot of turmoil at the top. Ohio State handled business. Penn State handled business. LSU had a little bit of a scare from Florida, but DJ Lagway's 5 interceptions, I think it ended up being, that really limited Florida's chances going up against number 3 LSU. Oregon, number 4, handled business. What is now the most random conference game ever. Oregon at Northwestern is somehow now a Big Ten game. The one that I guess kind of surprised me, I thought after South Florida beat Florida last week in the Swamp that they might put up a better fight against Miami. Well, that was absolutely not the case. Miami jumped on them early and often. It was 28-6 at halftime, ends up finishing 49-12. Miami 3-0. South Florida, I guess you really have to put stock in how bad do you believe that Florida team is. And, what is South Florida's ceiling once they get into the conference schedule? Of course, the game of the day was the Georgia-Tennessee game.
Oh, I feel 10 pounds lighter.
Good. I'm glad everything went well. Tennessee had the chance to win it at the end of regulation. The kicker ends up overthinking it, puts it wide. Georgia gets
that poor kicker.
Yeah. Well, and the problem was he had the chance to win it.
Yeah.
And then he makes basically the same field goal in overtime.
Yeah.
But it didn't matter because Georgia goes down and scores a touchdown.
I still don't know why they didn't center it. They had 7 seconds and 2 timeouts.
Yeah.
And they got the 5-yard penalty, right before that. Mm-hmm. But still center it for them. Yeah,
especially because the distance wasn't the issue.
The hash marks, like I've already said, the hash marks are far apart in college, So when you're kicking at that rugby-style angle, you have to be, I feel like that's such a harder kick, especially when you're pushing it, because if you push it a little bit more, it's not a field goal.
Yeah, I feel like there can't be a worse place to be a kicker than on an SEC team.
Oh, and that was a rivalry too.
Very much so, yeah. And those games are so physical, so violent, and then the kicker comes out and throws away all of that good work with one miss.
You saw the quarterback celebrate, then not.
Yeah, Aguilar had a little bit of premature celebration. I'm not sure anyone really knows how good Georgia or Tennessee are. Yeah, Tennessee with the quarterback we saw at the end of the year last year come on for Carson Beck after he got hurt.
Yeah.
It feels like
And Carson Beck looks good with his new team.
Looks real good with Miami. I was just talking about them spanking USF. Georgia giving up 41 points to an SEC team. That makes me wonder how good a defense does Kirby have this year, or was it just a good game from Tennessee?
Did you get into the Clemson game?
Haven't gotten to the losses yet. Quickly, only other top 10 team I was going to mention before we get into those. Are we sure Arch Manning doesn't just suck? I mean,
he looked good last year, but that was when he was they had him running.
Yeah.
I'm you're going to have to utilize his legs.
And he also looked good potentially because of now thinking how bad Quinn Ewers looked at times last year. So Arch in comparison to Quinn, it was why is he not just starting?
The coaches might have known. We might have saw something in practice.
That's correct. Well, and the interest. I mean, I saw a lot of people rush to point out. This is how we should have never hyped him this much because it's only a last name. He was going up against the equivalent of 2A high schools and private school in Louisiana, and
he wasn't going against 5A teams.
Oh no. No, it was a little.
He wasn't even going against 5, 6A teams.
It was basically like Central Catholic.
Oh my God! Dude.
Yeah. There might have been some questions that should have been asked, but again, that last name.
And what was it? I don't know if anybody has seen what I was watching while I was watching my Spartacus. I had to watch it on Roku TV, which has commercials. And there's a commercial with Cooper and Arch about glasses.
Oh.
I was good, but then all of a sudden I get these glasses and he's reading playbooks and he's doing excellent now. And they're getting paid.
The joke kind of writes itself there, though.
I'm like, man, shouldn't have done that one.
Yeah, they didn't look good. I mean, a win is a win in college football.
But when you're getting booed at halftime.
But getting booed off the field at halftime against an in-state school like UTEP, that's supposed to be, you're paying them $1 million plus to come get their ass whipped in your stadium, and you're only up, 14-3 at halftime?
Yeah.
I think as much of Arch has to play better.
The running back went down, but
the starter was already injured. C.J. Baxter goes down early in the game, so now you're on your third and fourth string running back.
That's like a repeat of last year.
But it's also Texas's third and fourth string running back
will be a first string at Oklahoma State.
Probably. I mean, it would be the best player on UTEP's roster. Yeah. I mean, it was. There's a lot of signs of concern, but at the same time, defense only gave up 10 points. Defense is.
And that was the story of last year too.
Exactly.
Defense
just survive.
Defense was the real winners of that team.
And make enough plays to win the game when it counts. But
who got the goalpost taken down? That I forget.
They took was that not Georgia Tech?
Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech when they beat Clemson.
8 out of the last 10 ranked opponents. I don't know if you gave them that stat.
No, hit me.
And so the 8 out of 10 last top 10 ranked opponents to get beaten by an unranked person has been Georgia Tech.
Really?
Yeah, they are.
Well, they did it last year to Miami.
They are the giant killers. They are, they go and slay the dragon.
Led by Longview's own Haynes King, former A&M quarterback.
You might have to correct me, but I know that stat is whenever a top 10 team gets ousted by an unranked, it's usually Georgia. The 8 of the last 10 times or something has been Georgia Tech.
The interesting thing to me, that tells me, one, every top 10 team that's in the ACC that Georgia Tech beats might be a little overrated, including or ranked team that Georgia Tech beats, including Clemson, who's now 1-2. Yeah. They were 12th in the rankings. They've fallen now. Clemson was a lot of people's national championship pick preseason.
They were saying they were going to make a run, and old foot and mouth disease. Well, if you just want to quit winning, you can go ahead and let me go.
Yeah, what'd he say? I'm only 55 years old. I'm not going fishing down in the river. Like,
Yeah.
I'll go win somewhere else.
Exactly. And I'm like, well, you lost 2 this year, so
Yeah,
why
and
don't you win 1 this year, buddy?
it does make me wonder.
You don't have sunshine.
LSU barely beats. They get the win over Clemson.
Yeah.
And then they struggled a little bit against Florida last weekend. So, like, how good is number 3 LSU now looking at who they've actually beaten? I think the SEC is going to eat itself this year. There's not a dominant – Texas was supposed to be that team. They look far from it.
Yeah.
LSU doesn't have a functioning offense. All they run are screen. They look like UTSA's offense.
I think Big Ten's starting to outshine.
I don't think you're wrong, but do you want to put your faith in James Franklin and Penn State?
Penn State, they've always been a run-first team.
Sure.
I'm not really looking at the quarterback. Yeah.
They do have Aller.
And now they got Oregon in Big Ten. So
yeah, and defending champ Ohio State, which have to be the betting favorite as we sit here right now.
They didn't. Who'd they play? Ohio.
They had in-state Ohio.
They were close at half.
13-3. It was either 13-3 or 13-6.
Yeah.
But it wasn't.
It was like a Texas score.
Yeah, it wasn't like they turned it on more so in the second half than Texas did against UTEP. Yeah. But yeah, no, it wasn't it wasn't as convincing as Penn State 52-6 over Villanova. But granted, that's Villanova. The only other upset we had before we get into Cowboys here, the South Carolina Vanderbilt game was really, really weird. South Carolina, Denoris Sellers, their awesome quarterback, the closest thing to Cam Newton that the SEC has seen since. He ends up getting knocked out of the game on a very clear targeting hit.
Oh, wow.
Helmet to helmet, straight to the head. Mm-hmm. He immediately went down injured on the play. So the refs had all the time to deal with the injury as he's getting treatment on the field. He goes off, so he has to, he's going out. The backup comes in. Right as they're snapping the ball, the backup looks like they're about to have a 30-yard minimum pass play. He throws it to a guy wide open across the middle with the entire field to run. I mean, he would have been chased down, if anything.
Yeah.
But right as they were snapping it, after all the time they had to review the play, that's when they said, whoa, hold on. We're reviewing the previous play for targeting. And Beamer, the South Carolina's coach, lost his mind.
I would have.
First of all, he was furious that they didn't call any kind of penalty on the hit to begin with.
Yeah, and I'm sure he was lobbying for that the whole
1,000%, as his guys getting exactly. And then they stopped what looks like was going to be a big play to then review targeting. So he's losing his mind altogether. And they never recovered from that. I mean, with the backup in there, they couldn't move the ball whatsoever. And the Diego Pavia, I don't know if you saw it, Theo Vaughn potentially might be going on a date with Diego Pavia's mom now because Vanderbilt won that game.
Did he say that?
Yeah, it was a bet they had.
Buddy.
So, yeah, that's the only other upset from the weekend. The rest of the top 25. Shout out to Tech. They demolished another team again, demolished Oregon State. They got a big game against Utah coming up this Saturday. But without any further ado, let's get into the NFL, starting with the Cowboys because we got a lot to get to.
What a game.
Dude, one of the most enjoyable bad games.
I've never seen anybody in any overtime that has gone 6+ possessions without it being,
Yeah. I mean, both teams, we had 3 possessions each.
I wonder what the record is.
That's a good question.
Both teams play hard.
Like that. Like I've never seen each team. Like I think the Giants got it 3 times and the Cowboys got it 4 because the Cowboys were the first ones to get the ball. because the Giants won the toss.
Yeah, was that? Yeah.
Because they have the new rules now where each team gets a possession no matter
what
field goal
happens.
or touchdown.
Which is how it should be.
Yeah, they're moving closer and closer to college rules, which they just need to adopt and put it instead on the 25, put it on the 40. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if you do that.
That's still a field goal.
That's
from
a
the
field
ball.
goal for Brandon Aubrey. That's
50.
automatic. Yeah, I think the way they do it is fine. I love the fact that they're now at least giving both teams the opportunity in overtime because, the last, what was it, 41 points scored in the fourth quarter of that game?
Yeah.
I mean, the last
most
5 minutes of that game were crazy. But
the most points scored ever in that rivalry in the fourth quarter.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
41 points. Is
that
a lot of points.
that makes a lot of sense.
There's a lot of teams that didn't even get that got the under in the 41.
Well, I mean, hell, take away it was only 33 points through the first 3 quarters, and then 44 in the fourth between the two teams. I said it was the most entertaining bad game I think I've ever watched in its entirety. Starting with the Giants' backup tackle. You have this, LG, that first Cowboys clip. I thought there would be a really good chance the Cowboys' defensive line might be able to get some pressure on the Giants because they were playing without the starting left tackle, and the Cowboys need all the help they can get right now trying to get to the quarterback.
That big boy is the backup left tackle.
He is. He backup James Hudson playing for Andrew Thomas.
He's on my diet.
Yeah, this this play, this was one of those ones where go ahead and roll it. As we were watching this live, it was like you can't do that.
Slap.
Just
what's 5 fingers say to the face?
Literally, just looks like he's so hyped up to be out there. Like, I'm getting to play. Let's go.
Did someone last week slap someone as well? I feel like this is the second week I've seen a slap.
Man, I don't remember one being as blatant.
That was this though. They were locked up, and then all of a sudden he just went.
He looked like a tennis player, delivering a forehand.
That was a handball. He's playing handball.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, just
dude, that big old meatman right there
slaps the hell out of him.
Ooh.
Well,
and it looked like it got him on the back of the head. What if he went in concussion protocol after that?
That would have been Cowboys' luck.
Oh, buddy.
That penalty
he got knocked down.
started he had 4 penalties over the span of the next 6 plays, starting with that one. He had 40 yards in penalties on the first drive alone, which Daboll, that was the last time he saw actually, I think he started the next drive, and then they ended up pulling him and moving on to their third string tackle, a rookie.
Yeah.
Giants overall, 14 penalties, 160 yards.
God bless.
That is their most penalty yards in a game since 1947.
Oh, my God. That's got to be 2 or 3 pass interferences that are 30, 40 yards plus.
Well, there were a couple of those later in the game. In 1947, they had 175 penalty yards against a team called the Boston Yankees. How unstable.
Why would you ever name a team that?
I knew you would love that.
Oh, those dirtbags.
How unstable is that? The New York
Boston, how you
Giants.
like our name? B.
Yeah,
I'm not going to say it, but you know what I'm
I had never. They were the Boston Yanks. They played from 1944 to 1948, and they played their games in Fenway. That was a new one to me.
In Fenway? How can you even put fit? That must have been a totally different stadium. What do you do? Take down the Green Monster?
No.
I guess you moved the bleachers and stuff.
No, they had games that conflicted. They would Red Sox would get Fenway, and the Boston Yanks would go over to Braves Field.
I mean, but in the old Oakland Stadium, they had to collapse seats.
Oh, yeah, with
to
the
fit,
pull-out,
to
yeah.
fit the field. But I will say, man, in my speaking of fantasy football, I was looking forward towards Jackson Dart sighting, but
We got a little bit of it at a really weird time,
yeah, not good. I mean, don't be doing this 2-quarterback crap.
especially with 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter
Yeah.
when Russ is cooking.
Russ, how can you go from Mr. Deep Ball, like the last one caught by Neighbors, his vision was blocked.
Yeah, he had
His mouthpiece is flying over. He just put his hands out, and that ball just landed. Like he was like, "Oh, there's the ball." One of the best deep ball passes I've ever seen in my life.
and that's what Russ is.
He's a
his
deep
whole-
ball
he's
passer, yeah.
one of the best we've ever seen
Him
in
and
my
Tyler,
lifetime.
him and Tyler Lockett.
Lockett back in the day.
He was the deep ball guy, and to go into overtime and completely S the bed, completely. Remember the old trying to grab it and he threw it backwards fumble?
Yeah, and that was I think they were on their own 35.
Yeah.
So they weren't that far, 25 yards away from being in field goal range.
Yeah.
For Graham Gano, you only need a field goal to win it.
And then towards the end, and it wasn't even third down, he throws
That was inexplicable.
the Hail Mary to the middle of the field while Malik Neighbors is running a corner route.
Yep.
So there's no way for him to get to the middle of the field. Like, why not just check it down or throw it away?
Especially 2 minutes left in overtime.
Yeah.
You had plenty of time.
Get the draw or throw it away. You still had 2 more downs. Wasn't that on first down? I believe it was a first or second
It was
down.
first or second.
Yeah,
It
'cause
wasn't.
it wasn't a third down
Uh-uh.
play. And I'm like, at least you get to kick it away. And I know what he was probably thinking. Aubrey's can nail this thing from 73 if he wants. But still, you give your defense the chance, which was making stops in overtime.
Yeah. How you mentioning? We got to mention Aubrey, the 64-yarder to send it to overtime.
Mr. 21 points in my fantasy league.
46-yarder to win it in overtime.
Yeah.
How far away are we? I mean, I've said it going back to last year.
Yeah.
We're going to see a progression at the kicking position. We're
Oh,
going
the
to
record's
see,
going to get broken this year.
I think so, no question. But how long before we see opposing coaches start to
Not
think
fun.
differently? Well, specifically, so Neighbors catches that touchdown pass, 25 seconds left in the game. How far are we away from the Giants thinking we have to go for 2 here so that it's a 4-point game and not a 3-point game? Because all it takes is we have Kevontae Turpin, all-pro
and they squid kicked it.
return man.
I'm like, don't squid kick
Well,
it.
especially
Like,
with the new kickoff rules.
Yeah.
Potentially, 78% of kicks are getting returned now versus it was only like
Yeah.
33%.
I mean, even if like they got past the 35-yard line, so even if you kicked it into the end zone, they would have been deeper.
Yeah.
But still,
All they need is 20 yards for Brandon Aubrey.
I mean, when you
You
have
get
that
a decent return.
after that catch, you have all the momentum in the world. Give your special teams a chance to stop them before the 20-yard line. Don't squid kick it. I know you're trying to run clock,
Sure.
but it's only 20 seconds.
No, and there's not enough of an advantage to be had.
and what
there.
did it take? One pass.
Right.
One
And-
pass, and then that was it. And then Brandon Aubrey running out, fire drilling it.
Mentioning the Neighbors catch. Neighbors was 4 yards shy of his all-time, his career high. Ends up with 9 catches, 167 yards, 2 touchdowns. Russ was only 2 yards shy of his all-time career high
He
in
almost
yards.
pulled a 500.
He had 450, and was perfect for the most part until that ill-advised interception.
Javonte Williams is looking rejuvenized, and I don't like it.
So we're going to talk winners and losers here in a second. He's on one of those lists. You can already guess which one. But
I'm a loser for not picking him in any of my leagues.
it should have been the game we remembered as George Pickens getting his first touchdown as a Cowboy, and it also being the game winner, because it was Pickens that had, was it 52 seconds left when he catches the touchdown to give the Cowboys the lead. So I'm thinking like, okay, this is the great George Pickens introduction to Cowboys fans. And then Neighbors comes down and does what he does. And then it becomes the Brandon Aubrey game.
Yeah.
And this will always be remembered to me. Like Brandon Aubrey is now, it's him and randomly enough, Brett Maher as the only two guys that have multiple 60-plus makes on their resume in NFL history. He's actually a free agent after this year, and it does make me wonder exactly what number that is because
he's going to be the first one to like 15 million.
I was about to say, I mean,
I think he's going to want 15 mil.
I don't know what's
the highest, man? Pull that one up. What's the highest Q?
It's got to be Vinatieri or Vanderjagt, I would assume.
Vinatieri. Yeah, I know Gold towards the end. He wanted about 12 mil from the Niners whenever we were going through those Super Bowl
Okay, so
runs.
right now it's Harrison Butker. Chiefs kicker.
Yeah.
He signed 4 years, $25.5 million, which is $6.5 million per year.
That's cheap.
For a kicker, it's crazy money.
I know.
But like Aubrey, you paying
he's
Aubrey
automatic. Yeah.
$8 million without hesitation?
Yeah.
Are you? Is 10 mil out of the question?
So that's the highest paid kicker ever.
Yep.
6 mil.
Yep. 6.5. Previous tops was Justin Tucker, who was at $6 million a year. Who was the best kicker in NFL history?
Not 12. I think he wanted two years.
2 for 12. Yeah.
So he wanted the Justin Tucker money, basically.
Exactly. Yeah,
And
exactly.
I think we agreed on like 1 year for 5.8.
The Eagles kicker, Jake Elliott, is another one that's at that $6 million mark now.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the
that doesn't get used because the coach always goes for it.
right. Yeah, but good to have, I suppose.
Good to have, man.
If you were ranking the Cowboys players overall on the roster, you can't have a kicker top 5 on your roster, right?
He's top 3, dude. He's top 3, dude.
You can't put him ahead of. You can't put him ahead of.
I'm putting him ahead of Dak.
No, that's
I'm putting him ahead of Dak.
There's only one quarterback that's
CD,
played better than Dak
You got
this year.
CD, the right guard.
And that's Baker. Yeah, Tyler Smith, who they lock up to the biggest contract in
what was that, 98 mil?
interior. I think 96 with 82 mil guaranteed.
Ooh. The right guard.
Yep.
And then Aubrey.
And then Aubrey, yeah.
Then Dak.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott.
Maybe.
Look, let's talk winners and losers real quick because one other thing, Cooper Beebe, the only bad point of that game, Turpin gets the neck injury, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be anything long term.
Just a stinger.
But the Cooper Beebe injury, he's going to be out 6 to 8 weeks. So there's your starting center missing half of the season.
And they actually did.
They had the fumble with Brock Hoffman.
That looked like Dak.
It looked
He
like
put that ball right on the tank where it was supposed to go.
It just looked like it was a new guy. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
It just looked like it was a new guy snapping the ball, and it wasn't the same. Because I agree. I mean, I don't think the snap
this
was
wasn't
bad.
the same butthole, man.
Exactly.
Dak Prescott sucks.
So outside of the injuries, obviously, a win's a win, and you take it. They also signed Jadeveon Clowney.
Don't talk to me about injuries,
after the
man.
game. Yeah, exactly. No, I through 2 weeks of the
Juszczyk
season,
goes down, and one of our linemen go down again.
Cowboys couldn't ask for better injury luck 2 weeks into the season. Winners, Shoddy gets his first career win. He's 199 behind his daddy now.
In a classic game.
In a classic game against a division rival.
But where's the D?
We'll get to losers in a second. Dak got him as a winner. Dak's playing the best football at the quarterback position in the entire league, except for maybe Baker Mayfield. That's the only person through 2 weeks I would put it. Dak's been awesome. Dak's been great.
Say that again. You're saying Dak is the number 2 quarterback at his position
through
2 weeks?
Yeah, through the first 2 games of the season.
You are out of your mind.
What are you talking about?
Okay, Jared Goff had a bad game.
Grade. There's no question about this. He's playing awesome.
You know who Daniel Jones?
Yeah, he doesn't have a higher PFF than Dak. He doesn't have a higher PFF than Baker.
I know he scored more fantasy points. I don't know if that's a PFF.
Yeah, that's not. I don't think that's.
What about Justin Herbert?
Maybe, but I think Dak is the more statistic. I promise you. So it's an outlier because looking at the accuracy so far throwing into coverage, Dak's at like 83%. The next closest person in the league is at 71. So that's an outlier. Okay. And most quarterbacks are between like 71 and 65. Mm-hmm. And Dak is out here at 83. So like it's definitely, I'm saying it's unsustainable. It's not going to be this way for 18 weeks, 17 games. Yeah, but through 2.
He played the Giants.
Dak, exactly. That helps too. And also, that
front line is not looking like it was all been talked about.
The Giants front line, I think there has to be some credit given to the Cowboys offensive line. Played really well. Terrence Steele got pushed back a couple times and crumbled the pocket, but for the most part, I mean that offensive line is a strength so far. Pickens, another winner, getting his first touchdown catch, should have been the game winner. Obviously, Aubrey. You mentioned Javonte Williams. Maybe it's 2 years removed from the blown out knee, and we're back to seeing the explosic Javonte Williams. Rookie. That was the first round pick, great rookie year. Did you know he was valedictorian of his high school class? It was a big class. It wasn't like my valedictorian.
It was like a Judson.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So he had actual smart kids.
That's correct. Yeah, which is funny to me that still chose to play running back, but the problem with Javonte looking as good as he is, also Miles Sanders gets a touchdown as well. It's leaving Jaden Blue inactive so far now through.
Well, he's coming off injury, so
and rookie.
I mean, look what happened. You got Aaron Jones going down now. Jordan Mason, which I'll get into fantasy during lightning round, fantasy wrap up during that. But yeah, man, like I think Jaden Blue if Javonte doesn't get hurt, I don't see Miles Sanders beating them out. Like
they seem to like the Miles Sanders in the red zone,
Mr. Fumble, but Javonte had a problem fumbling in Denver.
And what was Jaden Blue's problem at Texas?
It's a bunch of fumblers.
Yeah. So I love the Javonte Williams revival so far through 2 weeks, but I don't. The downside of it is I would have liked to see Jaden Blue by now. But he's been inactive both weeks. The other winner I have, LG, do you have that other Cowboys clip I sent you? I don't know where one goes about getting this or how you find it on eBay to purchase it for yourself. Maybe it's a homemade job that this guy is an engineer by day and a Cowboys fan on the weekends.
Probably not his only invention.
I wouldn't think so.
It's a Common Con guy.
Yeah, you see, play that.
Oh, yeah.
That is fully functional.
That's pretty sweet. It's all gears, like this little ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, it makes it sound like you could just
little robotic.
You could just go into your garage and whip one up yourself.
It's gears and electricity, baby, and little sprockets to like roll up on it. I can get my car guy that used to install my radios and stuff. He can build that.
You're gonna get the dude from Total Sound or Gill's Custom Tires to build this for us. Yeah. That was my other winner from the day. The losers.
That's pretty good.
Mentioned Jaden Blue. I think Jaden Blue is a loser in an indirect way because he can't get into the game because Javonte and Miles Sanders look so good through 2. But most of the losers are on the defensive side of the ball, starting with Eberflus. I mean, what are we doing? Is it guys, defensive coordinator?
Oh, the coordinator.
Is it Is it the fact that guys aren't comfortable enough in the system yet? They had 6 weeks at training camp. They've had preseason, but they're still not actually unveiling the whole defensive concept because they're not comfortable with it. Let me give you a stat. They have run zone calls on defense 97% of the time through 2 games.
Any quality quarterback can pick apart a zone if they know it's happening.
Russ Wilson, 450 yards.
Yeah, you got to put a blitz in there, and you got to be a man coverage and do a press coverage on them every once in a while to get your front line to get back and to try to get a sack.
Well, and then that's the other thing. Combine the fact that they're running nothing but zone.
Yeah.
And your defensive line is getting 0 pressure. So now receivers are getting on top of your zone.
Poor Micah.
It's look, the D-line looks like an absolute non-factor. And that wouldn't have been the case if Micah was in either one of these games. I mean, they don't look like they have any. Now, the way
Green Bay's D's looking.
Oh, they look nasty. Are you waiting for Donovan Ezeraku, the second-round pick from this last summer, to pop? Are you waiting on Sam Williams to fully recover from the injury, which I think he is? He's just hasn't gotten a sack yet. He shouldn't maybe even still be starting at this point, and might not be because Jadeveon Clowney coming in. You got journeyman Dante Fowler not making any kind of impact. Nealand is. I love the tenacity. I love the attitude, but you never drafted him to be a wrecker in the backfield. You drafted him more for his run stopping ability at the end position. They just got a bunch of pieces that are, which again, it kind of feels like when the Mavs traded Luka, that whole team was built to be complementary to one guy.
Yeah.
That Cowboys' whole defensive line was built to be complementary to one guy.
For 1 to 3 guys to be taking on Micah.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
and
saying?
all of a sudden, when Micah's not drawing double or triple teams and no one else in that group can get any pressure on the quarterback.
And you can still get pressure while playing zone 97%. He's got to switch it up.
You got to do. I think the most obvious solution is blitz more. You've got to send some exotic looks, blitzing looks, because you're just not. Your guys just aren't getting there.
Well, if you go in press coverage, you can always throw a nickel or a cornerback blitz on them.
Well, see, and that's the other problem. The guy that they want to have as that nickel is Deron Bland, who they gave all the money to and is now out injured. So,
man, he's getting injured again. Hey, buddy, I know the feeling.
Sure.
I know the feeling.
We need the availability, as Jerry would say, to become part of the equation. But that turns to the other main loser I have on the list, Trayvon Diggs. Absolutely non-factor.
I've told you this for years.
And I will say this.
He jumped a bunch of routes and caught a bunch of interceptions.
And then
they start doing double moves on him, and he gives it up.
Well, and right now, double moves don't even matter because he's running nothing but zone coverage. He's more of a man defender to begin with, but they're not running man. So he's not a tackler. Has had 0 impact on the game so far. And looking at the contract situations, who were the 2 guys that I've mentioned that stood out that didn't play well, or I shouldn't say that didn't play up to their contract? It's Diggs and it's Terrence Steele. Both of them know 90% odds are they're both getting cut in the offseason because the Cowboys can get out from underneath those deals after this season. So
Diggs got a 4-year deal. So
2 years ago, and he didn't break the bank. And when he signed the deal, I think it was only like 7th or 8th highest paid corner at the time. So he wasn't a market setting number or anything that's going to really, hamstring them. And like I said, I think the writing is on the wall. I think Diggs is probably in Green Bay next year to team back up with his buddy Micah. Only other loser I had before we get into the rest of the NFL, Brandon Aubrey.
A loser.
And I'll tell you why. He should have gotten that game ball.
Didn't he get it?
No.
Who did they give it to?
It's Schotty's first career win.
Oh.
It's Coach Schottenheimer's first career win. So despite kicking a 64-yarder as time expired in the fourth
Did
quarter.
you hear that? Like the hype that they gave
Yeah,
him?
what's
And
you were talking about wrestling. Apparently there's some wrestler that's like his bit. Got an interception. Who? Or whatever. LA Knight or something.
It was like 23-yarder. Who?
Yeah, exactly.
Who? Yeah, like I forget which wrestler that is.
I think it's
but-
LA Knight. Someone was telling me because I didn't know the reference. But I will say, I thought about playing that video, but I didn't want to put you through it because I figured everyone's seen it by now.
I'm all good with it because I have them in 2 of my leagues, and I'm like, give me those.
Oh, we'll take the points.
Yeah.
It does feel like this Cowboys team at least emotionally responds to Schottenheimer differently than they did McCarthy. Like, I think Mike McCarthy is still a way better football coach than Brian Schottenheimer.
Yeah.
But in terms of team responding to the guy,
I think he just had the youth, and like McCarthy had the skins, and so he was like going off on the
Shotty will
side.
kind of code switch on you too. Like, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Hey, bro, how we feeling today? Like, he does a lot.
What's up, dog?
Yeah, he does a lot.
How was your weekend, man? You out there in the clubs twerking?
And then he gets in front of the media and he's like, yeah, did we have a good practice today? Yeah, I think we did have a good practice.
Oakley dokley.
He asks questions to himself and then answers them.
Did we have a good practice today? I believe we did.
Exactly.
Are we prepared to go to the Super Bowl this year? I don't think. I
don't-
don't think there's a shot.
But is that our goal year in, year out? Absolutely.
Do
is
I
our
wish
goal.
we had Micah Parsons? Absolutely.
Did me and my defensive staff spend all training camp planning on having Micah a huge part of this defense, and it's obviously showing through 2 weeks that we miss him? Yeah, it does. Yeah, we did, and yes, it's a problem.
Did Jerry absolutely F us? You're damn right.
You see the results on the field yourself. I think you can make that decision. Yeah, Cowboys now traveling up to Chicago. Do you want to guess the line? Have you seen it?
What's the line on dildos on the field?
Well, we had another one in Cincinnati, not far from Chicago.
Oh, man.
You want to take a guess on the Cowboys-Bears spread betting odds?
I think they got
It's in Chicago.
Chicago, so they're going to give them an edge.
3 points,
Yeah.
2.5 to begin with.
So I'd be like 1.5. Chicago.
You nailed that.
Yeah.
Bears 1.5 point favorite. That kind of
I'm
surprised
learning.
me.
I'm learning.
No, I know.
The Bears actually been shown out. Odunzie had a career game yesterday.
That defense gave up 52.
Yeah, they sure did.
And they didn't look good against Green Bay either.
You got an angry Lions. Well, they actually held their own for a little bit with the Green Bay, but you had an angry Lions team that got out like totally embarrassed.
Or not Green Bay. I mean Minnesota. Yeah,
Minnesota that got who
division
embarrassed Detroit. It was
Lions put it on.
the Lions put it on Chicago this week, but last week they got embarrassed by
Green Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've all played each other so far that division.
That's crazy why you got 2 division games just like
Cowboys
back to back.
Eagles, Cowboys, Giants.
Yeah,
2
that's
division
true.
games.
Get them out the way.
Yeah.
But like Odunzie is doing good. Swift's looking good. His backup for all the fantasy people, that's going to be a nice one. I believe he's going to be a starter by the end of the year. And if they get that defense rocking, and I don't see any, why they wouldn't match up good with the Cowboys. It's going to be a close game.
Yeah, I guess in my head I was thinking neutral site Cowboys by 3.5, 4. And
I would give the edge to them if it was neutral.
Yeah, see, and that's where I thought. But Vegas has.
The home team, when you get that momentum and the crowd's cheering for you behind the back, I see you, Greg. The momentumers.
That's correct. Yeah. Maybe if you had the momentum on your side, you could pronounce it. Let's get into the rest real quick because we're running out of time here. I did it again. I broke it down. Contenders, playoffs, fringe, and ass. Those are our 4.
Let's go playoffs.
Okay, playoffs. Well, we'll start with yours then.
All right.
Niners, 26-21 win over the Saints with backup quarterback Mac Jones
3
leading the charge.
touchdowns, just under 300 yards. Looked good for a backup.
Just like Shanahan always wanted.
Yeah.
Mac Jones running that offense.
Purdy's looking like he's going to be coming back sooner than later.
Really?
So he might not come back, not this week, but next week. So they're looking like only a 2 week out. But we got Juszczyk down, or the Hall of Famer fullback, soon to be. But, it's the next man up mentality. Spencer Rattler, we gave up some crap on him. They're starting to target some of our young cornerbacks, and they need to step up because Upton Stout, he's getting targeted constantly, man. He's got to stop pass interfering, and because he holds them on the break, and then he goes up there and makes a spectacular play in this defensive holding all day. We're getting pressure when pressure is needed. But we need to get it more consistently.
The game was never like y'all were never playing from behind at all, right? Yeah,
we jumped out on top.
Pressed,
McCaffrey's the all world running back, like we all know he is when healthy. They're still giving him a ton of touches, but Brian Robinson Jr.
especially now with
Brian Robinson Jr. doubled his touches this week, so where they're starting to put him more in the game. But still, defense is quietly becoming one of the top 5. But when you got Spencer Rattler going off, but Olave is still, in my book, one of the best young receivers out there that hasn't got their big contract yet.
Yeah, he's certainly a weapon.
And you got Spencer Rattler. The guy was almost Heisman.
He was in the odds at one point.
And then the next year, he was the favorite until he completely shat the bed.
And ends up at South Carolina.
Exactly. But we got the win. And whenever we go 2-0 on our first 2 road games to start the season, we have ended up in the NFC Championship or the Super Bowl.
Now, that's a fun fact.
In the Shanahan era. That is correct, sir. Not even in Shanahan era. This starts all the way back to Kaepernick.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Purdy,
I think it's like 7 times. It's like 6 or 7 times that we go 2-0 on the road to start the season. We get to the national NFC championship or the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think the biggest storyline league-wide so far is absolutely the injuries to the quarterback. Purdy out multiple weeks. Well, did you just say he might be back this coming week?
We're getting good news.
Okay, so only 1 game potentially.
It wasn't as bad as
Joe Burrow missing now 3 months because he had to have turf toe is the worst named injury. It's
like, why not get rid of the turf?
Turf toe, turf toe sounds like it's the equivalent of like, oh, you jammed your finger, oh, you scuffed your toe on the turf, oh, are you gonna be okay?
Did you see them do that on NFL Live? Did you see them do the 3D digital thing of like what it actually is?
Oh, it's gnarly.
It's the huge
awful.
ligament right there, and I'm just like, that's where it goes right to your plantar fascia.
Yeah,
I have plantar fasciitis, man. That's no joke. Like, you can walk on it, but as soon as you take weight off it, it is a throbbing pain, almost like a root canal in your foot.
I think that's a great comp for it because it's the most ill-titled injury we have in all of sports. It's like it's almost as bad, like it's right there with tennis elbow. Yeah. It's like, no, that means you just blew your elbow out.
Yeah, like your whole ligament right there is like hanging on by a thread.
Who's the other one? We now hear J.J. McCarthy might miss
multiple games. I don't know. What did they say on that one?
His was a ankle. I think they were saying ankle sprain.
I like probably not a grade tier 1 or something.
No, I think it was.
No, tier 3 is the.
No, because they were only saying like 2 or 3, maybe 4 weeks. They also have a bye coming up early. They have a week 5 bye.
He hasn't been looking the best.
No, but would you rather have what he's looked like or Carson Wentz coming off the bench? I think that might answer
the
MVP
itself. Runner-up.
Your sneaky fantasy demon, Justin Fields, hurt. Tyrod Taylor coming in. And then And then the news that Jaden Daniels might have a sprain or has a sprained knee and might miss time as well. So, I mean, that's five guys where,
Burrow's the big one.
Purdy's the big money one.
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels is the darling.
Yeah.
I mean, those are 3 guys that are.
That's NFC Championship, a Super Bowl quarterback, another Super Bowl quarterback.
Yeah.
And then Fields, he had an awesome first game. He went toe-to-toe with Pittsburgh.
Well, and again, J.J. McCarthy, the quarterback that they
took over a 14-win team.
Exactly. So, the expectations are incredibly high for most of that group outside of Justin Fields. Let's fly through the rest here so we don't get too far. Mentioned Lions smoked the Bears. They clearly wanted to embarrass Ben Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
If you
ran
saw
up the score.
The post game, so Ben was asked post game, did you feel like the Lions ran up the score? And he said, look, that's football. You got to stop them if you don't want them to score on you.
The old college saying.
Great answer. But also the handshakes at the end of the game.
A lot of tension.
It didn't look like Dan was very happy that his offensive coordinator left to go to a division rival right as they were, really putting things together.
Yeah.
That one looks like there's still
A little animosity.
No, Dan looked like a red-ass Glen Rose citizen who he might shake your hand at coffee with the coach, but there's no love lost between them.
Either dead fishing you or just squeezing the crap out of it.
You think the Rams are a playoff team? I put them in the playoff list because I think from what I've seen so far
Rams
through 2 weeks.
Rams defense is sneaky good. They're still not clicking yet on offense. They're not utilizing Kyrie Williams as much as they should be.
Stafford almost goes for 300 though.
Yeah, Devontae Adams had a big
Showed
game,
out.
but now can Devontae and Puka coexist? And then somehow you got to mix in Tyler Higbee.
I feel like those are all good problems to have, and they're also problems that a playoff team figures out by week 11, 12.
Do I think Stafford's back is
That's the big question.
He's a statue in that pocket. He's a statue.
And if they protect him, you can win with the statue. Especially with those weapons. I mean, Rams starting 2-0. I think they're
definitely a problem.
Yeah. Mentioned. Let's talk Monday night. The game last night. Baker Mayfield comeback. Like Baker is.
Baker. I hate OU so much, but I love Baker, man.
Dude, at this point, how can you not love Baker? Unless you just.
He's the new Ryan Fitzpatrick, but good.
Yeah. He's the new Jim McMahon.
Bears. He was leading the NFL in touchdowns and yards. Until Jared Goff on that 5 touchdown.
Oh, the 52 points on the board,
400-yard game, and he's second in that category. I don't think you eclipsed him, but he got close there. Imagine that. Since you got there in 2 years, you're one of the best quarterbacks. Arguably, I told everybody in our fantasy,
he's a top 8 quarterback.
Up there. I was like, he was number 3 in fantasy points as a quarterback.
And if you're just talking quarterback play,
and you got a new weapon,
show me 7 quarterbacks you want more with one drive to win a game than Baker, and you can't find them.
He's got that. He's got that Phillip Rivers tenacity.
Yeah.
He'll get in your face and stuff like that.
He wanted to be injured on that drive last night until he realized he needed to talk crap to C.J. Gardner.
Yeah, and he got up and was because Gardner was probably like, hey, get up, you little.
Well, they have bad blood. They have history from after Gardner Johnson intercepted Baker last year. He flicked the ball at Baker as he walked by. Yeah, so and Baker referenced that in the post game too. He mentioned.
That's really funny.
I think the other thing about Baker. If you're a Browns fan or a Panthers fan, you would rather have Baker than
Bryce,
Flacco, Shador, Dylan Gabriel, Bryce Young, whoever the Panthers backup is.
Bryce, man, what is
Baker 1-1 in Cleveland, and then they throw him away for nothing.
Yeah.
Goes to Carolina, Carolina throws him away for nothing, and now he's a solid playoff
It's
quarterback.
like, was he just did he just learn something, or is he just got away from Cleveland?
It's a good question.
And Carolina.
And Carolina, for that matter.
Yeah.
On the other side of it, quickly, how much concern for the Texans? 0-2. Obviously, you start 0-3. Now
that line is horrible.
It's not good, and
that line is horrible.
It makes the Jeremy Tunsil trade look even crazier.
Yeah.
In retrospect, I mean, you have
C.J. Stroud's running for his life,
and I'm not sure Stroud didn't play well last night.
Oh no!
But I would like to see what he would look like through 2 games with just an average line in front of him.
And the thing is, what you're waiting for on coming back is Tank Dell, a deep ball threat.
Yeah.
He can't stand in that pocket enough. You can't do a seven step drop back, or he's gonna be running for his life. He can't get these balls down the field. He had one 35 yards to Nico for a touchdown. That was good, but
it was an awesome catch.
it was an awesome catch. But I mean, he threw that within 2 or 3 seconds, and just put some air underneath it, and was like, "Go get it!" Great catch.
Yeah. What's the Texans at Jaguars next week? That could be a make or break for.
I see Jaguars
both.
winning.
Potentially for both teams this early. And other Monday night game, I have the Chargers down in the playoff category here. They beat the Raiders 20-9 behind Geno's 3 interceptions?
Yeah,
I think it was last night.
I mean, they lose Khalil Mack though.
Yeah,
they lost Khalil Mack. That's gonna hurt them.
Yeah,
and so, but Herbert is throwing on the show. Keenan Allen still one of my favorite receivers.
The ageless.
The age for fantasy football. I always love Keenan Allen, and he is still proving that he can just get the touches and he'll get a touchdown. It's almost a given. You know what I'm saying? Death taxes and Keenan Allen putting off 15 points.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
Fantasy football consistency there.
Yeah.
Shifting gears, we'll hit the contenders. LG, we'll save the tush push footage for. Did you follow any of that? So the NFL started making copyright claims on every account that was circulating the footage of the Eagles doing the tush push, where you could see, first of all, every Eagles offensive lineman is lined up
on the same on the line
in the neutral zone.
Yeah.
So there's no line of scrimmage anymore.
Yeah.
And both guards are firing off before the ball is even snapped.
Yeah.
So that clip started to spread like crazy.
Yeah, they've been talking about that for years. They're like,
well, it's funny too.
That's how rugby, you go all in one line, and it's like, yo, but you can't do that. The center's the front point.
Last night in the Chargers-Raiders game, when the Chargers were backed up on their own goal line, and they were just trying to quarterback sneak to get some room to operate.
Oh, 2-point safety.
To prevent a safety. They lined up to do a tush push the same way the Eagles do. But interestingly enough, the referee stepped in and made both teams establish a neutral zone like you should every single time the Eagles do that.
They didn't flag them?
No.
They didn't flag them. They sat there and be like, come on, little kids. This is how you line up properly.
Basically.
Like my kid in the freaking Pee-wee football. Are you joking me?
That Eagles-Chiefs game.
Oh, my God.
The Eagles ended up doing a tush push on 12% of their offensive snaps in that game. The league has to. You got to ban it at this point. If you're or you penalize them every single time. Every single time.
It should be a coach's challenge. You know,
that's a good idea. Yeah,
but what are you gonna do? Like wait, like you only get 2 successful and an extra.
Yeah.
If they do it 13% of the time,
it doesn't. I still continue to fall back on the idea or the fact that to me is not a football play.
Yeah,
that's rugby.
That's rugby.
That's not football. It's not what football is in 2025. I know.
Is derivative of rugby. Yeah, all of it was laterals back in the 40s and 30s.
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
A drag route or a slant was not football.
It's like you got 5 passes in one game.
Right, exactly. And I understand, but I think at this point, especially the bad PR look of filing copyright claims on everyone that's sharing that clip. It wasn't a good PR week for the league because they also took down the tweet where they were like, hey, look at Tom Brady in the Raiders coach's booth with the headset on.
Pete Carroll, we're not doing anything wrong. He's not in the meetings or strategizing with us.
Or except for the fact that he meets with our offensive coordinator 3 times a week to discuss game plan.
And we just chit chat. That's all we're doing.
Very
We're
interesting.
not talking anything football.
Yeah, very
because
interesting.
why would Tom Brady and the offensive coordinator not talk football?
Exactly. Bad PR. We'll talk more about that Thursday because I want to get into the tush push video as well.
Yeah.
Rematch of the Super Bowl. Eagles end up winning 20-17 over the Chiefs. Kelsey, it looks like we might be done there, boys.
Well, he actually had a decent game.
Yeah.
It wasn't the first game was horrible. This one's decent, but he is nowhere near the game changer he once was. And then was it Patrick Mahomes complaining about the calls? You know, if we had some calls go our way, I really want to.
Starting with the fact that the Eagles were getting away with false starts on every short yardage play, and it was 12% of their offensive snaps. I think you might have a point there.
But the fact that the refs literally carried them to a Super Bowl last year.
Again, the data does not support that.
It does
whatsoever.
support that.
No.
It really does.
They had like the 3rd lowest calls against them in the regular season last year.
That's the whole point.
No, I mean that went. That's what I'm saying.
Third lowest.
Yeah. That they had the 3rd least advantage. We talked about this. I even sent you that article where it was like they aren't getting some massive advantage.
The amount of calls that they called
You're
on the other
concerned
team.
of the no calls. You think they don't get called for pass interference enough.
The no calls
there's
calls
no
on the
data. I can't pull data to support that.
You can pull data on how many calls were called against the other team.
No. I'm saying where you think the Chiefs committed pass interference, but they didn't get called for it.
Yeah,
I can't pull a list of that up because it's all.
It's not relative. It's black and white when
Well,
you see someone get tackled.
It's relative when
or
they don't
smacked in the
call
face.
it. That's what. Yeah, like Hudson on the Cowboys. Yeah, Chiefs 0-2, but the losses to the Chargers and Eagles.
Yeah.
I think the narrative of their demise is a bit overblown. But Kelsey's also. You got to catch that pass at the goal line. You can't.
It's going to be a different team when Rashee Rice gets back.
What'd you think of all of them wearing the free Rashee shirts pregame? A guy going 120 miles an hour.
Dude hit a pregnant lady and left.
Yeah.
You guys, no.
Not a good look.
Don't champion that. Come on, man.
Not a good look. We'll burn through the rest here so we can get to the lightning round. Packers over the Commanders. Outside of the Jaden Daniels injury, I think both of these teams. I think the Commanders. We talked about this in our previews. I don't think the Commanders are as good as everyone expected.
They overachieved last year.
They were 8-1 in 1-score games last year, which is an insanely high.
With the Hail Mary.
One of those being the Hail Mary where the guy wasn't even paying attention.
It was just the fact they caught fire during the playoffs, and they beat Detroit.
Right.
And then they beat who was the other team that they had to go through to get to the NFC Championship game?
Man, who was that last year?
It was a good ass team too. I want to say maybe it was Green Bay. Maybe Green Bay.
I think you might be right.
Yeah.
I think it was. No, it was it was Bucks. It was Baker.
Oh, Baker. Yeah,
It was Baker in the opening round, and then the Lions, and then they lost to the Eagles, of course.
Yeah.
I think the Commanders aren't the reason this game was in the contenders bracket or column.
Because they went to the NFC Championship game.
But I think that was a bit of fool's gold.
Yeah.
I think the Packers are the contender in that game. I think the Packers are really damn good. If you asked me right now, gun to my head, Eagles or Packers?
I'd go with Niners.
Well, okay, fair. I don't think I'm ready to say Packers, but I think it's Eagles, Packers, and then there's a big gap between
Their
everyone
defense
else.
Is nasty.
It's
Their
really
defense
nasty.
Is nasty. And if Jordan Love can stay consistent and hot like he got on the second half of the year last year. Like, remember all his interceptions, his 20 interceptions came within the first 10
and then
games?
he was a top 3 quarterback
Yeah.
the rest of the year.
Yeah.
And Matthew Golden can come on. Kraft, the tight end, had a huge game. Bills 30-10 over the Jets. Not
Given.
much to talk there. I mean, Bills dominate that division. There's no challenge.
Josh Allen.
Busted his nose, wearing a visor now, it looks like.
Love it.
Browns get demolished by the Ravens 41-17.
Surprise, surprise. Lamar's that man. You're telling me Lamar isn't as better than Dak? Yeah, he is.
Oh, no question. No
Yeah,
question.
that's
But
what
I'm
I'm saying.
saying
You're saying 1 and 2. You said Baker and
yeah,
Dak.
it's statistically this year. I think efficient quarterback, like the numbers would say
the
Dak
eye
is-
test says otherwise.
Well, the eye test says clearly Lamar is the more talented, better quarterback.
Yeah.
But in performance-wise, Bills and Ravens beat up on their division opponents. And then the fringe games, Bengals 31, Jags
They
27.
should be a playoff team, but Sweet Joe Burrow goes down for the damn near year.
At least till mid-December.
I think
or
that
early December.
What they're gonna do is they're gonna keep him out.
Not early November.
Browning,
who were a good emo band.
Browning looks good, the backup.
He's a solid backup.
You still got 2 of the best wide receivers in the game.
Yeah, that's what I need. I still need those Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
Rely heavily on Jamar Chase.
Yeah, Jamar. Yeah, so
But they're a fringe column now
Yeah.
with the Burrow injury.
and that kills me because I have picked Burrow in like three of my leagues and Jamar Chase in 3 other leagues. Like I was leaning heavy on.
Yeah,
the
that's
Bengals,
brutal.
Like bangling, and beware of the backup because Chase Brown is not. I never got on that Chase Brown bandwagon like everybody did this year, man. They're like, oh, he was so good, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, was he good or was he picking up garbage points whenever Chase and T. Higgins weren't eating, you know?
Yeah, I think you
I was like, you get that. You get those players.
I think you might be onto something there. Either one of these teams make the playoffs. I don't think either do. Seahawks.
Going back to my point, I think since he's going to they're going to, tank to go get a D lineman. Because they only, they
Hendrickson walk after this year.
Then they signed him to a 1-year deal, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I think this is where they get a rookie to be a stud on the D line with the top 5 pick.
Yeah, it's not an offensive problem in Cincinnati. Seattle 31, Steelers 17. Either one of those teams a playoff team.
Seattle's D is good.
But they're the 3rd team in the division. You wouldn't put Seattle ahead of the Rams right now, would you?
I could see 3 teams in that division going to the playoffs.
I think it's going to be hard when there's 3 teams from the NFC East in the playoffs. Who has a better chance right now, Seattle or Dallas?
Seattle.
You still say Seattle?
Absolutely.
Well, absolutely. It seems
Their
a little.
defense is crazy good.
Dallas was a top 2 offense 2 years ago when Dak was healthy a full year.
But I rely on Dak messing it up.
Well, again,
And because we're keeping it PG, I didn't put the F in
give him a chance to at least mess it up in the playoffs, hopefully. You mentioned Danny Dimes, Colts, undefeated, 2-0.
God, he's looking
What the
good.
hell?
I
What
picked
the
him up in the
hell?
league, dude.
As you should.
I was like, oh, man. Danny Dimes looked like there was like a little side clip of him with his hat talking to his OC, and he looked like Romo. Like his facial features. I was like, is that Romo?
He does have a little Romo in. I could
A
see
little
that.
Romo in there. Not so much the eyes, they're all close and bug-eyed together.
Yeah, he does
But-
have Joey Gallo eyes. Little.
But he is throwing the ball against, like, name me the 3 wide receivers out of
Can I include Jonathan Taylor because he catches the ball?
Yeah,
Like,
Taylor's coming on.
Tyler
You got
Warren? Can I include the
Yeah.
tight end stud?
Warren, I love that man.
That's about all I got for you, though.
You got
I think we're
Pittman
done
and
here.
you got Alex Pierce.
Okay.
Yeah,
No.
Pittman, solid, but he's no top 15. He's probably top 20. You know what I'm saying?
And again, let me remind you, it's Daniel Jones throwing them the ball.
He is
And
Danny
he is-
Dimes when he does good.
he looks
He's
great.
Danny Dimes when he does good.
Any concern for Denver? I mean, you give up 29 points
The
to a
defense is
Daniel
not looking
Jones
good.
led
Oh
offense.
my
That's concerning.
God, dude. And they gave up points last week too.
How about the fact that the Colts are the first team in the Super Bowl era to not punt in either of their first 2 games?
Dude, I didn't hear that stat. I heard they scored on. They were the first team in Indianapolis history to score on every trip that they went down
in the red zone.
Yeah, no, just every possession they scored.
Oh,
that was last week.
Damn. Oh, in the first game.
Yeah, first
okay,
game.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying through 2 games. I was like, whoa, hold on now.
No,
that's
they
crazy.
punted. Oh, they didn't punt.
They didn't punt, but they didn't score.
Yeah.
On one of the the Colts aren't a playoff team, right?
I mean,
Right?
who's in the division?
Well,
The Texans?
it's not good.
The Texans don't look good, dude.
No, it's not good.
What was the Jaguars?
Jaguars, yeah.
I got the Colts edging out the Jags now.
That's it. Jags, Texans, Titans, Colts.
The Colts is a playoff team, dude. The Colts are a playoff team.
Surely the Texans
They're
get
in the
there.
running, surely.
Surely.
don't. I hear you, but don't call me Shirley.
Yeah, the Broncos, with the way the Chargers have looked so far,
Yeah.
and the way we expect the Chiefs to look when Rice gets back,
Yeah.
the Broncos might be in trouble in that division.
Oh, they're in big trouble.
Especially if they can't rely on their defense like they were expecting to. Last couple games before we close out, Falcons 22-6 over the Vikings. The Vikings might have a real quarterback problem.
Yeah.
I mean, this might be a ankle injury for J.J. McCarthy to kind of
Like settle him down so
regather.
he's not totally getting the yips.
exactly.
Yeah.
And do you buy?
Penix is looking good, even though Drake London and him, even though they were connecting last year, like, peanut butter and jelly.
What's his name too? The tight end, Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts, yeah.
Did you just say like Pile Pitts?
No, Kyle Pitts.
Oh, okay, I thought it was like
Pop Pitts,
like
Pop
Pole
Pitts.
Pot. Yeah.
I was like, do I smell burnt hair? Am I having a stroke?
I was worried for a second. No, he looks like he might be the weapon that they expected, but Bijan, dude.
Dude, did you hear Saquon give him
That clip was awesome.
Oh, he gave Bijan. He's like, nobody cuts better than him in the game. He's like, and I love me some me.
That's right.
He's like, I love me some me. But that boy's special.
So when the roommate heard that, she audibly laughed out loud because it was like, hey, I love me some me, but no, he's the best. He's got the best cuts in the game.
Yeah,
I saw that clip too. I'll ask you this. So we're in the fringe column. Who's the more likely playoff team between Atlanta and Minnesota?
Atlanta, Minnesota. Well, Atlanta would have to get through the Buccaneers.
Or be a wild card team.
I would say Atlanta because, like, what does Minnesota got to go through? Green Bay,
Detroit,
and Detroit.
They struggled with Chicago at home,
but we still have not seen. We haven't
Chicago.
seen Addison come back.
Yeah, that'll open. You would assume that opens up the offense. Quarterback
Carson
Wentz. Yeah, I know. That could be, and
this is some ginger magic.
They play their next 2 games in Dublin, Ireland, and then London. So they're traveling over.
So they got the ginger playing in Dublin?
Oh, I didn't even think about that. That's spectacular. Although it probably would have been better to have the McCarthy.
Yeah, McCarthy.
Irish.
That's what that
maybe
those sneaky.
Maybe
NFL. I see what you're doing.
And apparently they're staying in the UK for those.
Yeah.
They're not traveling back. So if McCarthy doesn't make the trip to Dublin, you can assume he's not probably playing in the London game. And then the ass games. Pats beat the Finns 33-27.
Finns actually showed a little offensive life.
Mike McDaniel is first coach fired.
He's about to become our offensive coordinator again.
And
we're getting the team.
I'm sure
back
you
together.
would welcome that to have
come
Salah
on,
as
man.
DC and McDaniel back as OC.
Yeah.
And then Cards Panthers 27-22. Cards win that one. Absolute snoozer. They almost gave it away.
Yeah.
Panthers had the chance to come back and win that.
The rookie
stupid
McMillan
game.
actually showed out and had a
He
good
did.
game.
He had a good game. I don't think there's any question. He looks like he's going to be a weapon for a while.
That was the battle of the 5 Niners.
What was the?
They're both 5'9".
Oh. Fair.
Yeah.
Royce.
Those little fellas.
Royce the 5'9". All right, LG. Let's do some lightning round. Get out of here. We are. These NFL recap shows are just gonna go late. I
We're going to start segmenting them out so y'all can sit there and get them out, like fast forward, do whatever you want with them. But I enjoyed listening to it all myself.
Oh, what a company man you are. I love it.
Right.
How about the death of one of acting's greats, Robert Redford,
Oh, yes.
passes away at 89 years old.
He used to be, man, he was such a good dramatic actor, but there was a comedy that he was in that used to crack me up.
Dumb and Dumber?
Yeah, that's true. He wasn't that one.
I don't think he was, Cap.
No, was he?
No, I don't think he was.
I thought he was like the dad or something.
No, that would have been great though. I mean, obviously for me, it's the natural. And that's I mean, Roy Hobbs, that's the go-to. I mean, the
big environmentalist, supposedly. I did not know that.
massive activist. Had the run in the late 60s and early 70s where it was just, like classic movie, one after another. Butch Cassidy, Sundance Kid. What's the candidate later? But The Sting.
Yeah.
And then The Great Gatsby eventually. But yeah, send the Redford family a ham. Actually, turns out vacationed in Austin and San Marcos in the summers his entire childhood up until he was like 14. And his great grandfather, maybe there's a fourth great there, was a Confederate general that covered Hayes County territory.
That does sound like a Confederate name, Robert Redford.
So they apparently the museum that had a bunch of his great grandfather's artifacts kept asking him to come by, contribute.
Sign. This is history.
Didn't get much of a response from what I read in the Express News earlier
get out
today.
of here, you Confederate.
But send the family a ham.
Yeah, hit me, LG. So we're going to go through a little fantasy football Sports Cave Live wrap-up of last week's. Captain Creams the competition takes the number 1 spot and creams all over Tulsa's fair Skyride. King Henry of the Hamptons
for that, Tulsa.
Loses to Puma's Posse, but does not score enough points to overtake. He is in 4th position at this moment. Mr. Wild Card himself, Lonnie, out there in Arizona, devours the Berkshire.
Did I win?
Yeah, you won.
Okay.
Yeah, you're 2-0.
I kind of forgot to look after last night's
Once again,
game.
this is Zeb's team. It's
No,
not
Zeb's. Hey, this is my team.
I make the rules.
I make the rules. I make the final
I'll
decision.
be proposing trades to you, but
and my people, aka Zeb, will get back to you. But it's because I empowered him.
Oh, we got a whole Jimmy and Jerry thing going on right here.
Dude, it feels like I might actually have a Jimmy, though.
Yeah, you got a Jimmy.
I'm definitely a Jerry, and I might actually have someone who knows what the hell they're doing.
I got a Jimmy, and you're getting all mad at my cream in the competition.
Okay, fair.
The wild card pulls off one on DeBrickashaw Ferguson. AI overlords continue chichipizzling all over Adolf Oliver Bush. Hilarious.
Now that you know.
Oh, Team Momentumers 83. Totally dog walked Eli's Ubers 137-84.
Oh, they maintained the momentum, did they?
Yeah. Papayas FC Sergio, solid victory 129 over 104 on James Gang. So now if we're looking at the league leaders, you got Captain Creams of competition number 1, wild card number 2.
What is this, like total points scored so far?
Well, it's wins and then it goes to points.
Okay, heard.
And then we got AI Overlords, Puma's Posse rounding in 4th.
Wait, so we're 4th among the undefeated?
Yep, because you have 2.
What the hell, Zeb? What are you doing? Do I need to take control? Do I need to put my headset on like the Colts pack or the Colts Ursay's daughter? Do I need to hold the play sheet and make sure everyone's doing their job? Come on.
Puma's Posse rounding number 4, King Henry number 5, Papayas FC number 6, Momentumers is momentum them up at number 7, DeBrickashaw Ferguson number 8, James Gang number 9. Adolf Oliver Bush is too busy to win. He's running at 10. Tulsa State Fair 11. And Eli Zuber, how do you like those picks now, buddy? Stealing my picks.
Oh, is that the dude that punked you a couple times?
He got me a couple times.
Sitting in dead last?
Sitting in dead last.
Well, just
Early
remember.
season.
Early.
Second week. I will tell you, I won a chip, and I started out 0-7.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You just got to get into the playoffs.
Get in the playoffs and get hot, baby.
It feels like someone's going to be the Colorado Rockies with Cargo and get hot and make it all the way to the final of this thing. All right, hit me, LG. Did y'all realize how much money the U.S. Open, the tennis, prints every year? Take a guess.
Print?
Well, no, I just mean like metaphorically speaking.
That's an elite. That's an elite crowd.
I didn't send you the run sheet today, so you haven't seen this number.
I can't make this show epic on a shoestring.
Hey!
Baby Billy, my spirit animal.
Well, the U.S. Open does not run on a shoestring. So it was $10 million in prize money between the men and the women.
Okay.
The
Split over
split between I think it was like $7 million for the men's payout, $3 million for the
No,
women.
it's equal.
Oh, is it equal?
Yeah, they
Good job,
what was
Billie
it?
Jean King.
Billie Jean King.
Yeah.
They equaled that out.
Well, we need to get on that.
Well, the women's tournament
tournaments
tournament is just as good as the men's tournaments too. You know.
Slow down now.
Come on, you're telling me watching Serena all over those years?
But there ain't no Serena out there right now. That's what I'm saying.
You got the Russian girl that's
and what's her name?
Is Kova?
Sabalenka?
Sabalenka?
Yes.
Oh, is
yes.
it Inca or Ova?
One of the. Yeah, I see what you. No, take a guess at how much total revenue that thing made this year. We're talking millions.
Millions, yeah. 200 mil.
I would have said that's a good guess. The signature cocktail that they sell made $17 million alone. Total revenue for the entire run of the tournament, $560 million.
Half a billy, dude.
Insane.
Damn.
Absolutely.
And that's just the revenue at the place. That's
right.
That's not with TV commercial or TV.
I think that ties into it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's their media contract included, but still
they get a lot of run.
They're
man.
selling $17 million in a single cocktail.
I wonder what is that cocktail?
I saw it earlier. I can't remember what it's called, but it's not like crazy priced. I mean, it's like $11
Goose,
or something. Yeah, probably.
Some vodka.
Crappy vodka that's churched up through a brand awareness campaign. You got anything else before we close out?
No, that's pretty much it. I got a couple, what was it?
I was gonna quiz you.
I
was gonna quiz you on the WNBA playoffs, starting with, did you know they started last night? And secondly, do you know how many teams made it? And thirdly, do you know
8.
the playoff structure?
8 teams made it.
Do you know? Is that correct?
I think I saw it on the ESPN app.
Do
or
you
is
know
it 6?
How many teams are in the league?
12.
You
16.
could be absolutely right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
There's not a lot.
In lieu of a WNBA playoff quiz,
I know that more than half the teams go to the playoffs.
Yeah, see, that's unstable. We're going to close out with this. This is a radio fight that went down it was yesterday, September 15th in 2020. This was a great James Harden debate because if you remember, the Rockets were on the verge of trading Harden, and two local Houston radio guys over on 97.5 ESPN radio over there were at each other's throats about not even the trade. It wasn't like they were arguing, I think we should trade him. I think we shouldn't. You're an idiot. Well, you're a bigger idiot. It wasn't that. Just let this play out. It's about 2 minutes long. But it reminded me of when I yelled at you for getting distracted, and then the very next show you yell, I'm distracted watching. So look at how bad it could be.
You think you have a clue of where you're going to trade him, who might be in the market, where you might be able to get something, not just, hey, let me throw this against the wall, see what sticks.
I think that's Patrick
I mean,
Creighton,
you make fun of other people for doing that.
not the former Cowboys receiver.
All right. You know what?
No, you're having
minor
a temper
detail.
tantrum on air, man. Like you're like
I'll
on
do the
live
show.
air right
You
now.
don't have to pay attention. It's cool. We'll just do it like you're not here. So you can do whatever it is that you want to do.
You
and then just let me know.
start doing
when
the
you're-
show.
let
Shut
me know
up
when you're
crying and
done,
do the show. You're live on
and then
air.
We'll come back and
There's a
okay,
guy that
so
looks
now
like
You're
that you
live
know-
on air. Shut up and do the show.
Literally had a conversation like
Yes,
this.
shut up and do the show. You're live on air and you're crying. Do
Animated.
the
I'm like,
show.
I'm talking about sports.
No, you're the one telling me to leave. If
You
you
and
want
I
me to leave,
should
I'll leave. But
reenact
just
this
quit
word
crying.
for
You can talk
word.
about this during the break. Do the show.
You got the background.
Do it.
All right,
Yeah. Oh, you do. That's right.
Do the show.
I'm putting the calendar
Quit
up there,
crying about it.
LG.
Keep talk
You're
sports.
throwing
and
a
quit
temper
crying for 2
tantrum.
straight
Just do the
seconds.
show.
Man,
You're on live TV. Or
You're not
on
interacting.
live
You gotta
TV.
stay with the point.
Hilarious. Shut up crying and keeping this going on and just do
Shut
the
up
show.
crying.
Oh, good God, you're a child, man. Quit being petty and do the show. The show sounds
Calmer than
horrible
you
right
are.
now.
You're
It
right,
sounded
it
horrible
does. And you're
last
talking
segment.
about being petty when you just checked out of a show for
Listen.
an entire segment.
No, I started doing the research you asked me to do
No,
during
you-
the
you
last
checked
segment.
out.
No, you
I'm
asked
sitting
me.
here talking to you, and you're like, huh? What? You don't even have your microphone
I'm
on.
not going to sit here. It's already been 2 segments of horrible. If you want
Are you
me to
watching
leave,
the
I'll
game
cut off
again?
the mic and I'll leave. Just do the show. It sounds horrible.
Hey, I'll do the show.
You got
you.
excited
Thank
for a
you.
regular season game?
Okay.
Dude, that's
Dude,
gonna
do
be
the
most
show. You're
ridiculous-
still crying and do the show. I've already
Hey,
cut
if
off
I'm
the
doing the
mic.
show, you're not paying attention. Go do what you're doing. Go have a good time.
God, man.
You know,
Yeah,
go
I
do
was
whatever the hell you're
ridiculous,
doing.
man.
It doesn't matter.
Well, do the show. Quit being a bitch.
Do the show. Quit being a
Go check it
bitch.
out. Have a good day. See you.
Go on, dudes. Do the show, bitch.
Do the show, bitch. All right, that LG, we need that specifically. The do the show, bitch.
Come on,
Anytime
man.
one of us gets distracted.
Yeah. Like,
Quit being a
let's say on
bitch.
Thursday we're watching football.
Yeah, that's what I'm
If my
thinking.
Niners are on, I'm going to be like,
That's what I'm thinking. I think we might need that for Thursday night football episodes. That will be
I don't know. It's Thursday.
starting
This Thursday?
this Thursday.
This Thursday.
Indeed, we will be back with the full
Just say
crew.
the show, man. Like, why you got to set me out like that?
Yeah, just do the show, bitch. Just do the show. Quit being a bitch. It's
Oh.
live radio. Cap, tell the people how to get a hold
Yankees
of you.
won. Our bullpen barely blew it again.
We're still doing the show, bitch.
Get a hold of me at Captain's Chair 210 on Instagram.
LG, when's the next stream?
I don't know.
Perfect. Well,
I
then it's Thursday here for another edition of the Sports Cave with Biggest Puma. You can find me on X at Biggest Puma, Instagram biggest.puma. As always, I appreciate y'all riding along and joining us. Till Thursday, y'all be good. Peace.
Peace.
Ranger.
Kids, what do we say about drugs?
Only thugs use drugs. Say no to drugs.
Yeah!